Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted podcast about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam, what do we have for today?
So, I was gonna start with another I was trying to make it a catchphrase. We have another great show, but to be honest, it's okay. It's a very repetitive but interesting show, I like to think. We've got the, mad billionaires going around, you know, starting in the porn industry, or I don't know whatever they're doing. We've got complete Brandon Schaub, and just a brief look into a Joe Rogan universe, which I think will be very fascinating. I'm just fascinated. It feels like when you travel to from one universe to another, it's like being in a multiverse.
Yeah.
Then we have a segment which I feel is getting really tiring and repetitive. Like, this is the part I really don't like, which is just elder abuse coverage, which is just like, oh, what happened to Mitch McConnell? What happened to Dianne Feinstein? Biden, how did he slip up? So we have those somewhat repetitive, but at least I guess the videos are original.
Yeah, no, that is true. But yeah, this one is.
Mitch McConnell was the top notch, like, elder abuse, like elder misconduct, I suppose. And
Scary.
I don't know what's going. Yeah, it was amazing. It was too good.
But yeah, this Brendan Schaub stuff,
Yeah,
hard to keep up, but interesting.
and there is I have to say
Well, we have
some of
RFK
the.
and all that. The RF.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
maybe touch on Jimmy Dore's interview with
Jimmy
RFK
Dore.
and
Yeah,
just
what
RFK
an
in
interview
general.
that was. A tennis match, if I've ever. It was like Nadal and Federer. He was tough question, and he was answering fantastically, passing it back to Jimmy.
No, he was a
Jimmy, oh, another top.
no, Jimmy was a call center. He was directing the calls. He was delegated them to Max Blumenthal.
We've got
No,
Aaron
but
Matze here about
I didn't
Vietnam.
watch the whole video, not the whole video, sorry, what am I saying? But a longer version than what the Vanguard boys had shown. Or like besides Jimmy just saying the whole ask or talk to Matt, right? Like Jimmy, of course,
Yeah,
is like super softball, and all that. But every time RFK says
just
something, like to be
hilarious.
fair, he's kind of like yeah, okay. He makes some kind of comment like he hasn't heard, or
No,
like,
man,
some say
they are.
differently a little bit. And other thing that I saw that I really enjoyed is that people in the comment section were interesting on that video. It wasn't
Oh,
as
really?
I thought, but I'll tell you after
As
maybe.
supportive of as okay, but just want I'll
Or
tell
maybe
you
I was
this
just
in the
wrong too. Yeah.
hopefully in the segment too. But it's hilarious to see them strategize and then put their strategies in effect in real time because of Twitter and YouTube. Now you can see them in work. Like, okay, guys, we're gonna be nice to RFK, and then we're gonna RFK on. Then he's gonna, because we're nice on him on COVID, he's gonna come on our shows, and then Jimmy's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know about this, so maybe you should
Yeah.
talk to Max." And then he's gonna talk to Max, and then, oh my God, he's gonna flip on the, like, one of the most strategic issues for America and Middle East. Yeah, and like a discussion with Max Blumenthal. It's gonna change everything. And it's just, they're hilarious because this is like, they would never extend the same charity to any of the people they constantly
Yeah,
criticize
no, no, that's
on
for sure.
Breaking Points, on the Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never. Oh, no, no, Crystal might not be doing some like good faith trying to
Yeah.
bring somebody in. No, 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 no. It's they are just licking their boots. Anna
Yeah.
Kasparian, she met with Madeleine Albright. I'm sure RFK is much better.
Well,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
they
But
haven't
like,
had the same position, I guess, in life just by
yeah,
that.
he hasn't been
He
as
hasn't
successful.
made it
She's
yet.
actually
Yeah,
better. Yeah,
exactly.
she's much more competent. True. That's
Well, she
that
made it
he's a
higher. Until then,
yeah, he's a
maybe he
wannabe.
peaks
He's a
late. Maybe
wannabe.
he peaks late though, RFK,
Yeah, but it does feel like like she competently rose through the rank. She backstabbed
But
people.
did he
She
want to?
threw.
Like, was he always interested into these, or is he like?
He's always been in. Well, besides the stint he had as a drug addict for a while, I think he was.
Like, what did he do in his
Yeah, he was
40s and
always been
50s?
environmental.
Oh yeah, besides,
Environment.
yeah. So what? But
Suing companies for
he
for
he
bad
campaigned
and
and
got.
maybe, but he was never a politician or in the private
No, he
sector
was.
or.
Yeah, he was kind of like a lot of others. I'm not judging at the moment,
Yeah.
but a lot of other rich sort of useless people, sort of men, especially, which was just grief, like
And he
floating
never
from one
worked in
thing to another.
administrations or anything like that. No, like I mean, he was never that consistent in his.
He's a lawyer, though. He did
Okay, he's a
actually,
lawyer.
I believe he's an actual lawyer that in his like environmental stuff, he was
Okay.
involved in. He wasn't just a rich guy providing the money.
Yeah.
That's what
He was
yeah.
doing the reading too, going through the pages.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting
Me
his
too.
hands dirty.
He was doing the extra reading as well as the recommended, extra curriculum readings. And nobody in the class did, okay?
Uh,
And he was, I guess, cozying up to Cheryl from from the Curb Your Enthusiasm. So that's
I guess so.
was,
But
man, I don't know. Have you seen his interviews? Because like it's just he's one of those people like most people. I don't understand the people who are in interviews anymore because the way they talk about their lives, how many friends they have, how many things they've done. How much time do you people have? I don't like
some
I don't
people
know,
are
but yeah,
committed to that.
he's been deep diving a lot of like floating, doing a lot of different weird shit. Yeah. I swear to God, it's just for some environmental. I don't know, for some reason. I don't.
But okay, before we get into all these fun stories, I was just telling you off air, so we just decided to, just touch on it quickly. And only because you had brought to my attention how, or you thought that this New Jersey, or this jersey of this team, Inter Miami, that Messi has
I
joined,
originally thought it
is
was the shark thingy,
yeah,
but it turned
yeah.
out to
Sorry,
be.
yeah, their logo.
No, go ahead.
But anyway, so since you had pointed that out, I knew that I guess you had kind of realized that, Messi has gone to this new team in the US. And just his first few games, I was telling you, have been insane. With the first one starting of him coming on as a sub and scoring a free kick in the 90th minute and winning the game. He like runs around, he does, and like there's like David Beckham, of course, in the crowd, because he's part owner of that
Oh,
team.
okay.
And
Oh, really?
yeah, and
Motherfucker, he didn't invest in the UK? What a
I'm sure
anyway,
invests in
sorry.
the UK too.
Sure, but
Yeah, and then what else? But yeah, it's been just crazy. That's all. And here, of course, I can't even show a split
how
second of this, but this is his third game, and he scored again 2 goals. So now I think it's 5 goals in 3 games, with one of them him only playing like 10, 20 minutes. Like here's the 6th minute, and this guy comes here, chips it over, he controls it, and smashes it into the top
but
corner
when
from here. It's sick.
I recall David Beckham went to US for a while before he retired.
Yeah,
Yes, is
he
that
played
fair?
for LA Galaxy, though a much more like a older, more LA
Yeah.
Galaxy
Oh,
in
okay.
LA. This is in
Anyway,
Miami, I guess.
I was just wondering, is this just generally is it like playing, football in US or as in their, local tongue, they
Mm.
call it soccer.
Mm.
Do you think is it like playing with children? Is it like me when I play with my nephew and like,
No, no,
just,
this is
going, no, because they don't like it. It's not
it's
like,
level. So the highest league in the UK, sorry, the highest league in the US, which is the MLS that Messi's playing in now, it's the equivalent of. So in the UK, there's Premier League, and then after that it's like League One, right? So let's say a Premier League, then it's League One, and then it's League Two. This is the equivalent of that. So pretty much, I would say, I
League
think,
Two.
so third division
So
football
it's
in
basically
England.
me playing with my nephews,
Well,
basically.
Yeah, well, no,
Yeah,
you're more like
basically.
Division 24 because between, if you want to be
God
really
damn.
fair, the second, if you really fair, you'll say like, second division of British English football, but I think somewhere in between, not even second for sure. But yeah, so
Yeah.
the
Again,
goals have
so
been
our
cool to
look,
see.
yeah, yeah, but it's like watching, I don't know. It's like shooting a fish in a barrel, as they say, It's not impressive as much,
When you say the way he hits them, smashing them the free kick. But yeah, I mean, of course,
Yeah, but
it's
you might as well
expected.
go play FIFA,
No,
yeah, it's just like
you're just
do
revealing
amazing scores.
your ignorance as Tony Soprano, let's say.
Ah, and yeah, complete a
Or his
character you
son, sorry.
wanna. But
But yeah, and
no,
then you were telling me that during this time that Messi has been scoring goals, you've been reading books, scoring chicks.
Did you have to put it exactly like that to humiliate me and my life? Just while Messi was making millions of dollars and moving up in his career, you were also reading. So
Hey,
yeah,
no.
no, I picked up this one because I was looking for a book like In the Name of the Rose, and it doesn't author. Go to the author's Wikipedia page. I think that's the best thing you can find. And the seventh function of language. It's a French book by Laurent Binet. I think am I pronouncing that right, or the T is not pronounced?
Yeah, it's probably I would guess, but who? Laurent Binet.
Laurent. I see.
Binet, yeah.
And man,
translated from the French, okay.
French
Translated from French
from
by Sam Taylor.
and that's, by the way, my pseudonym.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Sadly, it's not. But it is. That's one thing I wanted to like. I think this could be the book that gets you a bit more interested because it's a murder mystery. Do you know Roland Barthes? Have you heard his name at least? Maybe Roland
Yeah,
Barthes.
the myth guy, and
Yeah. You know how he died? I didn't know actually,
Oh
but I
no.
Googled it. He died apparently in a car accident, a
Okay.
random car accident. And this book is about sort of like when this maybe there was a conspiracy, sort of a satirical conspiracy book. Think of it that way. And there's a police guy who's going, I'm in chapter 20 or something. And he goes around and then he recruits somebody, but then he goes around and he interviews all the postmodernist sort of philosophers and people who know Roland Barthes. So you got Foucault, and then you got Deleuze, and he's going around. I think
I see.
What was the other one? Henry Lavie's mentioned. Like, it's really weird, but it's really cool because it's both murder mystery, but a lot of postmodernism, and so basically like he goes, and then Foucault like gives his basically theories, but as a part of a police interview. So it's really good, man. It's
Sounds
really
pretty cool. I think I just had a brilliant idea because I know even if I wanted to read and I got to read, I just would not for some reason read it. I'm gonna audiobook this. Now this should beautifully work as an audiobook if it exists.
That's what I was gonna do. But I was wondering if could you do the audiobook in French?
Yeah.
Do you read books in French or in English?
Oh, no, I mean English, especially, yeah, because yeah, no, for sure English. Yeah. Most of the time, I don't mind if it's a French book. Yeah, for a while, a few years ago, I used to try practicing a bit to reading the nonfiction books in French if I came across a good one. But man, like but there's just so much more in English too. And some things will get hard in French. Like I think
No, it's an inflected language, so its grammar is much more of a big deal, I assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I don't care too much anymore. I really wanted you to read the French thing to tell me the difference between English.
But then I would have to listen to both.
No, you tell me I know the English, so you tell me what happened in the French version. But no, but you're right. man, that's the thing. I'm not reading it. I'm audiobooking it because
Oh, I see.
it's all almost I think it's impossible to for me because there is so much French language in it, which like jeton or the French
Yeah.
words that are known in English, but if I see them written down, I would never be able to know what they are basically. So,
No, it sounds
but
really it sounds really great to listen to it. That'll be such a more productive use of my time that some of the YouTube stuff I watch and listen to for absolutely no reason. Not even just our stuff, but also just random videos on repeat
oh,
or
really?
MMA
Man,
and everything, just all of it. But also these ones can verge on some of even the worst parts, but some
I feel
not so
I
much.
feel like personally, I feel like I found a
Like
really
this lawyer
sweet
one was
deal.
good that I sent you.
Yeah, man, legal is
Yeah,
amazing.
I know you showed
Legal
he is your guy. I'm not
no,
taking credit. You discovered him
oh
from
no,
during the Johnny Depp thing.
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
No, I had known about him because he did an episode long time ago about it. He does episodes about It's
Oh
Always
yeah, he
Sunny
did
all the
one. It's
time.
also yeah, you're right on the bird law and all that.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
amazing.
remember
But
watching
no,
him now.
legal is so top that you can take credit. He's just like international at this point. Yeah, besides like there's like 5 channels that are good. I'm glad though. I feel like I got a really sweet deal with you because I feel like pretty much all my guilty pleasures we've monetized them in our channel. So I'm like, oh, I'm watching
Yeah.
this bullshit. Adam blah is commenting on Kyle blah. It's for our show. I have to watch it. It's for our show.
Yeah,
So
me too almost. Except these last few days, like I realized like there's this one
your life
MMA
is so much
fight that
better when
happened. No,
Oh,
this
sorry.
one MMA fight happened pretty much on Saturday night. And since
Yeah.
Sunday, I've been listening to, just different people on YouTube saying the exact same thing about it and
Oh,
getting
yeah, I
immense
understand.
satisfaction somehow. But it's like,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
That I'm waiting when you after good movie comes out, Oppenheimer right
Mm.
now is
You haven't seen it yet, right?
no, did you in Canada? Did you?
No. At the end, no. Didn't even
Man,
think
come
about
on.
it again. Didn't even think about it. But might not be too late for me. I think it's
No, in Geneva is. I'm
yeah.
sure it's on.
I don't even know if it's here yet.
But they have IMAX in Canada. That's the
Yeah,
difference,
I
my
think
friend.
here too
I'm sure
they
in
might have one.
No, but I'm sure it's digital IMAX, not because
Uh
they, in Dubai and stuff, it's digital IMAX. It's
okay,
not
it's
real
here.
IMAX. Yeah, of course. And what about Barbie? Did you go? Because I thought maybe your wife
No,
tried.
that might
No?
disgust me.
Looks, no, man, it's gonna be amazing. I don't know. The director she's amazing.
Yeah,
Greta
if you say
Gerwig.
so.
I'm sure you love her other movies, first of all, because her other movies are really the type of like
But
indie
dolls and all
drama
that are
movies you
kind of
like.
gross though. But I guess these are real humans, so fine.
But I think I haven't seen Barbie, but from the very few reviews I read, it feels like she's done an amazing job at sort of a satire. And I say that because I think almost it seems to me nobody really got it so far from the mainstream people.
I
And when that
see.
happens, that's really a good sign. But I haven't seen it yet, but I really trust the director in Barbie too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, if I don't go to cinema, I'm sure when my wife then watch at home as well. Fuck,
Yeah,
this cinema near my house, they dubbed it in
dubbed
French,
in
though.
French. Jesus Christ.
But I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, put a
There's
subtitle.
nothing, yeah, nothing do it. But, okay. Should we move on to a little Elon Musk here? We got a little Mr.
Should we move
Elon.
on to Elon Musk? No, we should move on to
Mr.
X.
X.
Mr. The X. The X.
It suits him so much that he has an obsession with this X brand thing. Like it's just so
Oh
on
yeah.
brand. And he's
Late
had it for like
90s
20
Edge.
years. Yeah, it's called X.
and V.
My
What
mind's
about
blown.
no? It's like late 90s. You remember late 90s? Everything was extreme,
Yeah,
extreme
exactly.
skating, extreme tree drinking. Now
Extreme.
extreme tweeting. Ah,
No, I guess
I
extreme services in his case.
yeah. To be honest, do you remember you were the one who full credits, as you say. You were the one who showed me that audio tape of his from years ago that he said we want to make Twitter the V
Oh
app,
yeah,
the of China. V app, is that the app in China?
WeChat.
V or WeChat of China,
Yeah.
of America, and all that, and make it the everything app. When he said the everything app, I genuinely didn't think he means includes porno. But it's a good, it's a very thriving industry. It's a ever growing industry. I don't know if people read about history, a lot of online payments came about because of porno and all that. So good, well
Yeah.
done, well done.
Lord.
What do you think? But this, I've never seen. I think between all the Twitter backlashes, I think pretty much all of them were bullshit. This one was the biggest one I saw. Like
Really?
everybody was pissed off.
Oh,
Yeah, the X one. Yeah, like
no, I mean,
even
people
Twitter
got
fans.
pissed off about a few other things, though, quite a bit. A few changes that he made and he reversed like the next day.
But not his loyal
Yeah.
bootlickers. Sorry, and with this one, I think even the loyal bootlickers were a bit.
But what's their
No,
main obsession? Like, what are people mostly upset
freedom
about?
of Oh, no, they said it was a very stupid sort of marketing wise. The fact that it's almost impossible to copyright the letter of alphabet, and
Uh,
the fact that it's
oh, really?
associated with
That's interesting. I haven't heard that.
porn.
I haven't heard that backlash too much.
Not backlash. No, I'm
Yeah,
not saying there was
Chris.
backlash
Yeah,
on this issue or on that issue. I'm just saying even his hardcore supporters were like, X, what the fuck are you
yeah,
like? Why? Like,
yeah.
no,
No, that's true. But I mean, me, every time, like, when the first time when he said, an app with, like, an app and like one place with everything you have all in one place, right? And it just made me think, well, I have that. It's like right here. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I understand it's in one app, but I mean, at the same time, it's like one digital device that I'm navigating. Now,
yeah,
maybe
it's
the service
different.
would become better. I have my doubts. I don't
No,
see why. I mean, it's a lot of things are quite streamlined now. Like the things that need to be connected together are connected. You can pay online quickly with the app. It opens up,
can you that's the thing. I don't know. From what I understand in China and even in some cases in Iran, these things, maybe due to lack of regulations, maybe
Mm,
not due to anything good, are much easier. For example, I have a single app in which I save my card informations, like 3, 4 different card informations. I can pay all the bills, all the thing, and all of it is in one app. You have the bank apps, but nobody barely uses them
mm,
because there are these type of apps.
yeah.
From what I understand, at least in the UK, I don't think it's
Here
like
too, I
that
mean,
still.
no, I mean, I don't know what you mean by all my information, but actually my bank app, right? With my bank app, I
Mhm.
what's it called? I have my bank information, of course, and then everything has a QR code now. So when the bill comes with the QR code, the bank app itself, I scan the QR code and I pay my bill. And thank God for that, man. If there were no QR codes and I
No,
had to do it the old school way, I think I would have
no,
ended up
before,
in big
man,
trouble
before
years ago.
the barcodes, you
Yeah,
could do the same with those barcodes.
yeah.
In
No, I
Iran,
meant
it's a
before
still
you
those
could
barcodes.
do it digitally. Like, if I had to go
Oh, before
somewhere.
scanning, you
Yeah,
meant.
it's foggy.
Yeah.
I'd
You went,
miss
thank
like
God
3 months. Yeah.
no, I agree with that so much. But no,
But so, I
my
mean,
point
the,
was,
the thing is,
can you
this app idea doesn't even sound necessarily like, oh, I
wait,
wish I had that. Although I'm not the
can
best
you put
person with these kind of things.
multiple cards on the same?
If they're from the same
That's because
bank,
my bank apps
no,
are
no, no. Okay,
all.
so I understand. So you have an app
You
that
see
you
what I mean?
use, with all of your different bank accounts with different banks,
Banks.
literally like companies,
Yeah.
bank companies. You have them in one. Um,
Yeah.
I don't have it. I
That's the
wouldn't be surprised
convenience.
if it works though. And
I doubt, because in your, like,
the
usually each
convenience of that,
bank
I guess,
app.
yeah, maybe.
No, again, the thing is, there are already finance apps though.
Yeah.
One of them is even already owned by Twitter. So, I mean, I assume there are regulatory laws that
Oh,
these
for
type of
sure.
apps
No,
don't
I mean,
exist.
someone on
Like, it's
Breaking
not a
Points. Yeah, yeah.
somebody didn't think of it,
No, no,
It's
for
not
sure,
somebody, oh, I changed.
exactly. No, no. If I mean, Crystal Ball made like the most like obvious comment, even I mean, when it came to this, I guess today's about giving credit. So give credit her. And she's
Oh,
like, you're telling me like
yeah.
Elon Musk went and spoke to the banks and like got their okays that they were, that they would be down to even discuss, sorry, such a thing. I mean, no, I mean, you just that kind
Yeah,
of
exactly.
planning, I don't see
That's
it with.
No, my point, to be honest, that was the thing. My point was, I think due to regulatory issues, it's
Mm-hmm.
been very difficult
It's
there to
yeah, and
develop
so
fintech.
yeah.
So
Others
I
would
don't know
have
what
thought of this.
exactly. Like, I would imagine some a startup that is connected to a bank would be in a much
Yeah.
better position to
And
do
but
an app
anyway,
that
that would
can all.
connect like two or three things together. You're telling me like YouTube and LinkedIn are gonna like give up their rights and go on there? Because I'm looking at the apps on my phone and they're like, Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn. So like these guys aren't gonna agree to go on Elon Musk one app place. Maybe Uber would give a link. They'll be like, yeah, sure. Let people
Oh,
order
you
from
mean,
there too. So I mean, how much of
man,
an all-in-one is it to
oh,
anyway? Like all-in-one
exactly,
what? Okay, fine. Then message and what?
man,
And
he's
emails? What I mean,
Jesus. You just hit the, what do they call, bullseye. You just hit the
but it
bullseye,
sounds
because
so stupid that when I'm hearing
no, no,
myself,
no,
I'm
no,
like, is
what's
it
the thing?
possible? Yeah.
He's still in, again, it's like the X thing, man. He's in late 90s, early noughts sort of time frame. Do you remember when, like, Netflix, when like late 2010s Netflix really comes about, I think, that, oh, we're gonna have all your favorite show in one place, all
Mm,
the network shows. Like, he's like, the online space right now is fragmenting, if anything, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Netflix has to do its own shows because now Disney is doing its own
Yes.
streaming, Warner,
Yeah.
at least for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not even something new. But he's, poor guy, he's like 20 years behind. But that's why he comes up with names like X
I
and,
no, I
you
mean no
know,
X. He's since PayPal. He wanted to change
yeah,
PayPal's
yeah,
name.
exactly,
Everything. Yeah.
exactly.
So I
His
mean, it actually
mindset is
backs your
stuck
theory
there.
more.
Yeah, yeah, his mindset is stuck there, and exactly, he's doing it all in, because exactly, you're right. Like, with he's trying to do videos on Twitter, but like, do you think Google is gonna like bend the knee, or Spotify? Spotify didn't even, yeah, Spotify is starting to sort of go after YouTube's market share
Yeah.
with their video podcasting since 4 years ago. So I don't know what the hell you see. Yeah, everything app. Good luck. I don't.
And
Did you see the
yeah,
logo? Oh yeah, the lawsuit. The lawsuit is
yeah, that's
hilarious.
funny. I mean, yeah, but go ahead on the logo.
So the law, just so because I mentioned it, so he's now suing the lawyers
Oh,
who represented him against Twitter, because now he owns Twitter, and he's suing them for sort of, I don't know,
are you
extreme
talking about the
behavior or
case he
something.
talks about here, or is that different?
No, no, the lawsuit. Yeah.
Oh, but no, no, I understood it differently.
Did you? I thought he's suing the lawyers that uh that's
No, he's
that
suing the lawyers. Go ahead, sorry.
represented
No,
that.
not the ones that
I thought he
represented him. He's suing the lawyers who represented Twitter and Twitter's previous board and administration, everything behind it. Those lawyers who helped get the final deal over the line, because he's saying that they changed their bill from like an hourly one to like a success rate thing, and therefore they got 92 million at the end. And he's saying like, they shouldn't have done that. They weren't allowed. And legal says, I mean, of course he's gonna lose that. But yeah, he's pretty much suing for over
wait.
like over that.
I
He's suing the
I
team. Yeah. the law
I
firm.
think I'm right, though. I think
Not this case. Maybe
let's
listen to
play.
something else.
Maybe, but play.
No,
So we find it.
okay. I'm sure here.
I don't think
Crazy lawsuits.
Do you think we
And now Elon is suing the lawyers who forced him to follow through with the sale because he thinks that they charged Twitter too much to beat Elon Musk, because now Elon owns Twitter and he's the one that effectively has to pay.
Oh, you're right.
You really can't make this up. But of course, it's more complicated.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I get it. You're right.
Yours was good
Not
too,
a
though.
good day.
Yours is.
Mine was funnier, but not real. It was too fantastical. He was
yeah.
suing his own life.
So it's just like petty.
Yeah, he's being a dick. So I guess that's
And like apparently, like I was reading some places. Yeah, he's saying that he's saying that they weren't that complicated, the things that the lawyers had to do, so they shouldn't have charged that much. It's like the litigation nor did the litigation require any special skills besides that which Twitter could have. I mean, is that a thing? Like, it's like, no, we also juggle while interpreting
I swear
the law.
to God, man.
Like, these are not...
Every time in our, like, whenever I fix something in my place or something, and I tell my dad, like, yeah, I brought a handyman or something, it's like, no special skills required for that. You could have gotten an intern. No, pipe changing, no special skills required. Could just buy a pipe and put it there. No special skills. What are you talking about?
No, that's a new thing. Yeah.
I think same philosophy. No specialist, especially after the job is done, everybody remembers that. No, it just got a piece of metal, put it there. No special skill. You go talk to a judge. I could do that.
But hilarious.
Nice.
And actually,
I love his suits.
Unfortunately, I didn't listen to this. You didn't send it to me individually, and I swear I thought I went through the whole lineup one by one.
Individual
but so I'm kind of pissed. I would have probably enjoyed this. So do they say anything that I don't know, though? Because as you can see,
no, but just like the.
But it's good to hear
matches.
It again.
Yeah, exactly. It's always good to hear other people agree with you. To other random strangers, you know. They hate Elon too. Good. Good. High five. Virtual high five.
Seriously though, that is unfortunately. That's what I'm saying. I should listen to that audiobook.
I know we have a sort of allergic reaction usually to this word, but I do truly think Elon haters are becoming a community, just in a real sense, not an imagined one, a real fight.
My name is Cam, and I've hated him since. My
since
name
the first
is John.
time I met the mother. The first time his picture came on.
No,
but these two. It was really funny. This news story, they pointed out that in San Francisco, apparently, they put up. They changed the tweet. They tried to take out the Twitter logo, and I don't know if you know this, but like most cities, and apparently San Francisco is, like that. Like there are, authorities like mayors and municipalities, and like you can't just come and deface somewhere. So people called the police, and police showed up. Half the logo was up, half the logo was the fundamentals, the 101,
the very basics.
Like, you can't just go in the middle of the street and shit there, for example. It's not allowed, for example. But then so then I guess next they sorted that out. They took out the Twitter thing, then they put the X thing. Go through the video, you find a picture of it. They put up a X sort of a light billboard, the ones with the LED lights, and it's later on, I think, in the video they put a picture of it at some point for not very long, and maybe a bit earlier, perhaps, I'm not sure. But anyway, they sort of balance it with sandbags.
Oh my God, no, but
And San Francisco apparently is a windy city. I've never been, or maybe Google X
Yeah.
logo on top of a building. This
But
was when the police was called originally.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
later. It's after this. It's definitely
Man, but you know, I swear to God, there was this one Joe Rogan episode.
And then they had to take that down too because of the complaints, because of the flashing lights and the obvious, lack of safety of. Yeah, that's it. Maybe there was a picture of the sandbags too, but I don't know if this was the one that they just at the bottom there, you put just some sandbags on the pillars on the legs of the thing.
Man, it's just so funny. Like if his other companies are still doing it as before, like this even like clears up something more to me. He was on a Joe Rogan show once, and Joe Rogan kept asking him, "How'd you run so many companies at the same time?" And credit to Elon Musk, he wasn't like saying like, "Oh, I do this and that." He just kept on saying, "Oh, I do like engineering stuff, so I just like do some engineering there. I do some engineering here. I'm not necessarily running the company." And Joe Rogan again, no, but how'd you run all these companies? So he just couldn't understand that. But aside,
okay,
but pretty much I get it. Elon Musk was just probably playing games, like just fooling around a little bit in one place, fooling a little bit another one, and now he's not there at all, right? I doubt he goes and pays any attention to that. It's not possible. He's always tweeting and talking about Twitter. And nothing has changed there, it's just funny.
By the way, the CEO of Twitter, the person who was supposed to be running the Twitter, found out about this logo thing at the same time we did.
100%. You should have asked me. Oh my God. I would have guessed that. I mean, that is just the most obvious thing. So not surprised.
Yeah, she was like a few hours before she was like interviewing, and she was saying, yeah, Twitter is like, we gotta get the tweet out there, or some shit like that. But I think, man, to be honest, you're pointing out something that segues well to our later segment on Brandon Schaub. I think this is all fucking Joe Rogan's fault. It's all Joe Rogan's fault, man.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
He enables
I've
these
realized
people?
he ruins. Yeah, he's like a spoiler alert for a book written 100 years ago. But Poirot's last case, The Curtain, is not strictly speaking about a killer. It's about somebody who sort of psychologically manipulates people into committing murders and all that. And Joe Rogan is exactly like that, man. He released Brandon Schaub and Brian Callen on the comedy world like a fucking virus. And you look at Elon Musk and other characters. He's Steven Crowder, another comedian, political commentator, Joe Rogan enabled. And now you're pointing out Elon Musk probably was like, yeah, I'm just an engineer, man. I'm a rich engineer. I buy companies. And he was like, no, how'd you run it? But you must have some special brain things to run it. And the guy got into his head. Joe Rogan got into his head. And now he's, Jesus Christ. Oh, God damn it, Joe. We have to get Joe canceled, man. I've done a 180 RR position. We have to get him canceled. He's running comedy,
I haven't listened to his full podcast anymore. I just see clips nowadays, but we have one of them. We have actually one clip here, and I just tell myself, like, with more context, is he a bit less ridiculous? But no, I mean, that alien story, he tells it so matter of fact, like as if he doesn't mention. Huh?
No, he's so impressed by the guest, by the story.
No. But there's this other time where he's telling what happens to somebody else, and like the way he says it is like as if like this is 100% conclusion. Like that was a documentary. Just like he was like, yeah, there was this time it landed in Brazil, and they picked up the alien, and then someone with a suitcase full of money. He literally said that guy.
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
I was like, don't say that again. Even if that's true, just omit that fact, okay? They just turn it into a cartoon. Yeah, even if it's true, like that doesn't help with the credibility.
What was it?
He said a suitcase full of money. The U.S. Army arrived with a suitcase full of dollar bills and gave it to him. I'm like,
I don't remember that, Papa. I remember something else. There were
Maybe we'll get
there
to
were
it anyway.
there were 6 eyewitnesses,
Yes.
6 ladies from the. It's like, I
From
don't
the
care.
ages
Like,
of 0 to 6.
Oh yeah. He
Not
mentioned it.
joking.
2 of them were teenagers. One
Yeah.
of them was a pregnant. I don't care, man. What are you doing? One of them was an elderly man. All right.
Man.
No, but he's destroying everything. He's comedy, politics, media. He's just going through them. And man, we were such fools not thinking this. Jimmy Dore, another idioty platform, I guess. Yeah. But did you, just before fully moving on, just since we are in that, did you see Vanguard Boys going on Kyle and Friends? Yogi and
A while ago, yeah. I think a while ago.
2 weeks,
Send me a
3 weeks
clip,
ago.
yeah.
Man, it had barely like added anything to their subscribers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like even going on major podcasts
Yeah.
and stuff doesn't even help anymore.
But I think, there's just, I mean, but yeah, that's not a new audience though. I mean, I think this is the second time they've been there. They've interacted
really?
with Kyle a
Okay.
few times. They've been on their
yeah.
podcast. I mean, I think whatever was there, it's been sucked out. Now it's all about retention.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the
The
juice.
strategy changes. The extreme growth. The venture capitalist money came in. Now it's about
Sorry.
maintaining.
I thought this was the angel round of raising funds from the secular talk audience. It was the
That
C
one's
round,
been
I
drained.
see.
Everyone has gone taken from it. Everyone
we
has...
might, but I might have a clip for our added to our lineup, by the way. So
sounds good.
just
But okay,
mention some.
let's move on to our next story, I say. Okay, Sam, so let's move on to the Mitch McConnell section. But you gotta admit, it was a bit of a freaky thing, though. Like, scary.
The Mitch McConnell?
Yeah.
Play it.
I
Play
mean,
it
he's
first,
already
I
scary
suppose.
looking. And then this happens to him. Jesus, look at him. But
That
so
long
he,
with- it's
so
a very
so he's
short video.
so he's okay then, though.
I mean, okay, what do you mean? Healthy?
Like,
It's
what
very
happened? Did he have a heart attack or?
They didn't explain. I don't know. Well, it seems like a seizure. I guess most doctors have described it as a seizure. It looks like a seizure, but the theory that is has gained the most ground online is that he shot himself. There could be mini stroke, but he talked again in an hour later.
Oh,
So
really?
play it.
He talked again an hour later.
Let's take a look.
After finishing the
Mid-sentence and was silent for several seconds. Let's take a look.
after finishing the NDA this week, has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Actually, hold on. Never mind. Now, if you're saying an hour
I
later he
swear to
spoke,
God.
so they didn't rush him to the hospital, and he spoke, then he definitely pooped his pants.
Yeah, it does seem like yeah. It does seem, I wasn't. But I mean,
What?
to be honest, now looking the video, I have another theory. Go back after you search your thing, go back to the video and go to the moment when he's
There's
stuck.
no follow-up
and
story.
What you want? Go through the rubbish at the,
This is
at
not
the Congress
common.
and find out. Yeah, but man, he's 90 years old. What do you expect?
Let's go back to
Happens to them. See, he stands by. They don't rush him any.
So this is the, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the IRA. And of course,
According to NBC, McConnell.
Pause. So can you go to a moment when he's staring, when he's stuck? Just pause in that. Okay. Look at this. Wait. Ah, here. Perfect. I have another theory. Should I tell you or?
I mean, up to you. You be the judge of that.
What do you mean up to you? Should we end this show right now? No, I think it's, man, I genuinely, look at this stare. This is, I swear to God, I believe, this is my theory, angel of death at that moment appeared to him, trying to snatch the life away from him. And I think he stared the angel of death down successfully. He was like, not today, motherfucker. Not today. And look at how long that stare is. And he's so angry. He's so pissed off. He's like, "Ugh."
That's a
So
decent theory too.
Yeah, because we have a guy in Iran. He's in our Guardian Council, Jannati, and this happens to him regularly. And that's the most
Really?
sort of evidence. That's the theory with the most evidence, that every time he's sort of angrily stares into nothingness, it's the angel of death trying to get the life away from him, and he successfully repelling the angel of death. That's my theory.
Yeah,
no, you don't.
good theory too. Good theory too.
So this or shat himself.
Yeah, I think
that's
now, yeah.
so far.
The first one, the likelihood is very, very high, but yeah.
I'm so sorry. You're so disappointed. I've never seen you so disappointed that there is no more. You're like, oh, God damn it, there's no more on this. But there is no more
No, but I mean,
investigation.
you see,
Nobody
there
has
was the
done a deep-
adversarial journalism.
Has Aaron Matt visited the site, or
No.
Matt Taibbi? Where is Matt Taibbi when you need?
Matt Taibbi must write a book on this.
But I'm sure you heard about Dianne Feinstein and Joe Biden again, doing another. Dianne Feinstein was in a meeting, and there's a video of that too, that she, it's not a very funny video. To be honest, maybe we should have played that, but in that video, I'll just tell you about it. Dianne Feinstein is in a meeting that they're just taking votes, and they're like, Dianne Feinstein, now it's your turn. And instead of just giving her yes or no vote, she starts giving a speech in favor of the vote, right? Like, the speech she had for her time or whatever. And then somebody in her ear whispers, it's like voting time. And then she says, aye. To me, that seemed a bit sort of more normal. Like, that could happen to me easily. Like, be in a big meeting, just not listen to the moderator. They call you up. It's my turn. Okay. Yeah, I believe in the rights of man. And then, oh, shit, I don't believe in rights. I don't believe in rights. No. It's wrong. So it could happen. That one, I give it to Diane. I think that one felt.
No. Of course it can happen. But hey, I thought for sure there was follow-up and all that. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll let you know if anybody figures out what was there. Maybe, I don't know, nobody went to the dry cleaners. They should follow, they follow the evidence, see if they can find anything.
But this was an interesting catch by you as well. A little Russell Brand, Rob DeSantis exchange that the left reckoning plays around here. And I must say, I also agree with Left Reckoning's, I think, take on Russell Brand, more or less.
By the way, we had an interview with David Griscom, if anybody's interested. And what a much, much nicer and better than I am.
Than you?
So, he was a very nice guy. Well.
So, should I play this little part, maybe?
No. But before that, I just wanted to second your motion that, I agree with the Left Reckoning's take, except that, no, Russell Brand was never a funny comedian. He's British equivalent of Joe Rogan. He was not a funny guy, man. Go watch his. He was like this guy he was sort of a shock, sort of try to do exactly like Joe Rogan,
That's a pretty cool parallel that you've drawn. That's a very cool parallel. I mean, I am tempted to say that no, Russell Brand is a bit funnier than Joe Rogan and more of a comedian slash actor, but
more of I could see the actor thing. I can maybe go with that, but funnier? No, I don't think so at all. He was
but
worse.
that's funny.
I think.
But that's a good one.
No, I mean, I don't even think that's. This is something I genuinely am willing to debate people on. The levels of parallels between them and between their stand-up acts, the physical bullshit comedy of just doing sort of doing cum faces, doing, that type of things, exact same thing. It's just, and then they both being in love with drugs and,
well, differently,
spirituality.
Yeah. But
exactly. Joe Rogan
but
is
obsessions with those kind of things anyway, different versions also, like him then more yoga, but Joe Rogan with like whatever the fuck.
Karate. He's the American version. Man, Eddie Izzard, before he went full crazy, Eddie Izzard had this amazing bit, people can find it on YouTube, that like there's a movie in UK and the movie is about and I'm stealing his bit obviously, the movie's in the UK and like there are two people walking into a room and saying, these are matches, what are these matches for? Interesting, I will think about these matches. Then the same movie gets remade in America, and then you have one guy walking into us with two guns going, you killed my wife, you killed my wife. So that's just the difference, I think, between the climates, really, you know what I mean, the karate and yoga.
No, fair enough. That's a good comparison, good one there. When did you come up with that? Recently, or have you been sitting on it, not had the opportunity?
No, recently. No, this Brandon Schaub deep dive really opened my eye to Joe Rogan's thing, and it really made me happy, because I used to think I'm the stupid one for thinking Joe Rogan is not funny, but now I understand. No, it's just everybody agrees that
Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan.
He's funny. He's not the funniest stand-up. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, he's not a.
But okay, let's watch this part. So you point out. Your comment, I think, is needed before we watch the clip. I would say it before.
No. All right. Let's play.
Let's just watch this very short clip of DeSantis being interviewed by Russell Brand. It's strange in many ways.
It's very odd. It's the oddest, one of the oddest things.
Well,
for example, I've got a grand jury hearing evidence in Florida about misrepresentations by pharmaceutical companies over COVID-19 jabs. There's not another elected official in the country who's been willing to ask those types of questions. We're doing it, and we're getting answers for that. So
I really want to know who Russell's looking at off screen here, because throughout the course of this interview, he's very, very like someone's signaling from him. They should be behind the camera.
I present a great opportunity for people because I have all the right enemies. You see it by how they're attacking me, but I also have a proven record of beating
the wrong enemy is Donald Trump.
And we would do the same thing as president.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you answering that question. That's an excellent answer. Now, Ron, I'm sure you're aware that our show is sponsored by Sheath Underwear. You know that already. You don't need me to tell you that, Ron. You've got bigger fish to fry. And surely with no...
So you're not talking about the random ad. So you are talking about...
I'm getting to that. Before that, did you say, just before moving on to what that's why I wanted you to pause a bit earlier, actually. Before moving on to the weirdest thing, is that he says, thank you, Ron. That was an excellent answer. What is this? The weakest link or the Jeopardy? Excellent answer. You're
the wrong enemy is Donald Trump.
And we would do the same thing as president.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you answering that question. That's an excellent answer. Now
we
Ron, I'm sure you're
the next contest. Now we are moving on to the next
Mr. Underwear.
Well, and then as you know, I mean, it is
me to tell you that, Ron. You've got bigger fish to fry. And surely we've noticed that it's summer and it's getting hot out there. And I don't know about you, Ron, but I'm getting pretty hot down there. Now, if you wear traditional, old-fashioned underwear, like your granddad, you and me, Ron, will be vulnerable to sweating and chafing all over our precious reproductive organs. Why don't the sheath underwear? It's ergonomically designed with separate compartments to keep
Okay, that's a joke. Especially the hole. I did not see it until now. Now this part is a joke.
Is it? I don't think it's a no.
I know
it's
not
pouch.
a joke.
It's for
no, but there's the
thing,
pouch,
no?
and then there's a hole.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, you're right. There is a hole too. Separate compartment for what? What is separate compartments for your balls? My right ball.
No, that I understood. I thought the underwear was because I mean I was curious at one point. I thought like I don't know what I thought. Okay, no. I thought what this image is showing that for some reason you put like another layer of tissue between, I guess, your body part and your legs. So for the heat to not touch each other, but no, they're much more. They're like, okay, left testicle
I don't know
in
what
one
this
ball.
is.
Okay, that's gonna be version 2.0. They're gonna break it down.
Your left ball will be on the right
on the
side,
right
and
one,
your
actually.
right part,
That's more comfortable.
and your dick will be on your back. I love, man, it's just poor companies though, they're getting so desperate, they have to come up with like how to differentiate underwear, you know. So we added
you wear it
a
on your
double pouch.
You have pockets now for all your essentials.
There is a electricity, you can charge it. For what? No, but man, it's so good though that pathetic politicians like Ron DeSantis are just just relegated to doing this. And this, by the way, was the funniest bit Russell Brand has ever done, because he's really unfunnier than Joe Rogan. And this was largely because of Ron DeSantis's presence. If he wasn't there. Jesus Christ, man. Do they check it with? Do you think if Ron DeSantis knew? I don't think he knew this was gonna be the ad during his, interview. Did you? And he's I don't think
I think they know, man. Russell Brand fits the audience, the right people will see it, the wrong people won't, and he sucks up to him so much.
No, but do you think he knew it was gonna be?
He's in Florida, man.
Do you think he on there? Yeah, sure.
I'm sure, like he's
thought,
like
Yeah, you're right.
You're
pissing
urinals, or I don't know what. Like you get a beer in Florida, you drink it first, then you piss in the can. It has like Rob DeSantis
in the pouch,
and then you keep it.
No, that
the pouch.
In the pouch the pouch is for the pissing. No, but do you think he thought he would be incorporated into the ad as Russell was like Ron, as you know, with his Londonish accent, as you get chaffed down there. Do you think he thought about? I don't know. I don't think he knew he was going to be incorporated into the ad. I don't think. But great job, well done to everybody, especially Russell and Ron. Especially Ron. What is with his voice, man? I mean, I know I have a terrible voice, but as Nagy, what do you mean? Yeah, say no.
No. I meant I was still talking about his voice, not your voice.
Sure. But no, is his voice especially Nagy, or am I just?
No, I wouldn't say it's. He doesn't have the worst voice.
I've been brainwashed a bit by Chapa Trap House, perhaps, but.
I mean, now that you pointed to that, I'm curious. I'll let you know.
All right. Next week, perhaps. But yeah, this was there was another thing with Ron DeSantis, which segues us very, very well to RFK and the rest of our topics, which was, I don't know if you heard about this. Maybe you want to play the Hill thing.
Yeah, no, I don't have it actually.
Oh, I think you do. I saw.
Oh, sorry.
You had it open.
I had somewhere else.
There
we go. Okay, let's see this.
Did you watch this?
No, I had. Oh yeah. Man, there's such a kid show, man.
Such a pathetic bunch of. Look, I said I might take RFK to prom. I didn't say I promised to take RFK to prom. All right. I just said he has some good ideas about the prom. Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel like with him, like, yeah, I feel like DeSantis is just throwing stuff around there nowadays, as all politicians do. But some things are sticking and coming back to him. I don't know why. Maybe because Trump is being more popular or what. So he gets like he keeps on getting little backlashes that perhaps he wouldn't expect them.
I think he's part. No, it's just everybody said he's terminally online candidate, blah blah. But I think the RFK comments really makes it clear he's just the real dumbass who thinks internet is like representative reality, and that's why he keeps getting backlashes, because internet is very media sort of thing. He keeps doing media mistakes type.
Yeah, some of the people on internet might not even be like Americans, they can't even vote for him, or they're like, they're like
50% of the traffic.
Or like,
exactly,
or they're just obsessed with this kind of stuff. They've never voted. Or
I promise you, at least 30% of the Hill's views comes from foreigners, not even Americans abroad, just foreigners like myself. Yeah, so he's a dumbass.
Let's play a little bit. So I mean, this is what you
about
just said
heading those agencies. We're going to have a medical.
Let's watch. Saying that he's open to appointing.
Sorry.
Ron DeSantis has walked back his comments, saying that he's open to appointing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to head either the FDA or the CDC should he be elected president in 2024. Let's watch.
Well, that's actually not what I said about heading those agencies. We're going to have a medical doctor, we'll have a PhD, at those agencies. But I've also promised to bring a reckoning to all the medical bureaucracy for how they handled COVID. And so something like RFK Jr., he's been right on Fauci and has identified the problems with the COVID lockdown. So I want to have a task force that's got bipartisan support that can go in, hold these people accountable, because this can...
Okay, so he's... RFK is just going to be a random bureaucrat now. He's just too funny, man.
I just said I want to meet with RFK. I didn't say I want to marry him or anything. It was just a meet and greet. But it's the hilarity. It's such a perfect segue to RFK. This, because you know how RFK is nagging about Democrats not debating me, and he's now cold shouldering RFK. As you know, Marianne has offered RFK to. Maybe we can even go to. We are done pretty much here, I feel. Marianne has challenged RFK to debate again on the bad faith. She's issued this challenge. By the way, she needs to chill out with the lip injections a bit. It's
you think so?
Chill out. Yeah, go to her. I think. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, with Marianne. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not that I'm against it. I'm just saying. But she's issued this challenge for like the third time or something, and I like to also.
I mean, she needs to do it another 20 times. This one has gotten 10,000 views, so she needs to somehow reach a higher group of people, so the message makes it to him. Do you think RFK knew?
Sorry, I like to challenge Rafael Nadal to a tennis match if he's man enough. If he's man enough. I know he's not. I know he's not going to respond to this video because Rafael Nadal has never been man enough to respond to my videos. I've been challenging him for the last 5 years. Offline, mostly in my bathroom when I'm crying. I'm like, Nadal, I wish I were you. But so I don't know it's really funny because I think RFK is a hypocrite if he doesn't debate her, but at the same time, why would he debate you? Like, why? Who are you?
I mean, listen, I think the debate part though, really, like, again, she can't ask the Democratic Party to not do it, but like there needs to be like a third party, like usually an organization or something that puts the debate. It's not up to like the two people to be like, okay, 6 p.m. Tuesday night, my webcam, let's do this. Like, do you have a microphone though? Bring your microphone, Marianne, because not sure about if we have a spare microphone.
I forgot my
own,
microphone. I
though.
forgot. I'm using my computers.
Marianne
I'm
does
at
it
a
on her
disadvantage.
iPhone.
I am at a disadvantage in this debate. I like to make that clear in the beginning. No, it should be like that, but that's not. But then again, I don't understand RFK. RFK is full of contradictions because he's rejecting debating her and then complaining about Joe Biden not debating
Oh,
him.
yeah, of course.
And then
because he has nothing to gain. Because RFK has nothing to gain from debating Marianne, and Joe
Biden has nothing to gain.
That's why a third person should force them.
And they are all the same fucking people, all of them. There is no difference between them.
Does she want to debate Cornell or no? I guess he's People's Party, so it's too early.
After she wins the Democratic primary, she's open to considering Cornell. Okay, she's open to consider. No, I think she said she's open to Cornell. I don't know. I think she mentioned Cornell or something. I don't know. But man, it's so funny. It's just hilarious. There should be an organization, but I mean that's the key. I think that is one of the key things, the American Constitution. But the fact that American system really lacks political parties is quite like odd when you like compared to other Western countries. You know, they just literally they don't have a almost, especially Democrats.
No, like right now it really feels like a free, like I mean it's like I mean right now it feels like these guys, I mean just because the Democratic Party only cares about Biden, it's like these guys I feel like they're not even running officially. It's as if like they're not.
No, they're not
actually part of the race, which they should at least on paper be. But even on paper, like technically they should be, but they're not. They're more like the opposite of technically.
They're like those guys in the park on the soapbox, and exactly. No, I mean, it's so odd that there is no like sort of. I mean. Like
it only really becomes official once the Democrat and Republican run against each other. Then there are like a few like barriers and rules. Or, like...
I mean, no, even the Conservative Party in the UK, you can within the organizational chart, you can find it leads to this base of people, you know. Democratic Party does. It leads to Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Or Epstein. Oh shit. Soros. Oh. And then your Republican Party. Oh, Adelson. Oh shit. Yeah. Wall Street. You know, it's just like it's really weird. Just like basically 6 families. Like at least conservatives like. You take into consideration the citizens of the Oxford area or something.
Yeah.
You know, like. But anyway, did you watch any of it?
No, I can't.
Oh yeah, man, it was hilarious. That it was so. Oh, I can't. It's a primary. It's still the primaries. Primaries are not over. Sure. Okay. All right. It was good.
But okay, should we go to RFK?
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, did you see this video?
So there's this which we should
before
watch,
this. I should give a warning.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, to be honest, even playing this video on our channel, I feel afraid. I don't want to be associated with somebody so anti-establishment, so sort of, because I feel like our channel, you know, man, I'm a scaredy cat. They might come after us and all that. So play the video from Reason TV before going to this, just because it's such a. I mean, the way RFK comes out against the establishment, and I mean, it's just like his takes with Israel. It's just my hair was standing up. I don't know.
And so-called assault weapons.
Oh, I'm not going to take away anybody's guns, but I do if there was a consensus where Republicans and Democrats voted a majority to do that, I would sign the bill.
Would you ban gas stoves?
I would not ban gas stoves.
Would you ban the use of Roundup herbicide?
Would I ban it? I would certainly make them label it.
Would you ban any major prescription or over-the-counter drugs that are now on the market?
None comes to mind at the moment.
Would you ban so-called assault weapons?
Oh, I'm not going to take away anybody's gun.
Man, what do you mean the label thing? Does that not exist?
No, in US, no, it doesn't. In US, GM foods, for example, don't have to be labeled genetically modified. But no, I love, by the way, this is Reason TV, people associated with Reason Magazine, libertarians, basically. You know, and I love just the questions they have. It's just fantastic. Like, you know, we have the president of the world is here. What are your questions, libertarians? Would you ban parties? No. Would you be against loud music? No. Can I draw a penis in the streets, not in my home? Can I draw a penis in the streets though? Can I? Okay, good. All they're worried about, it's just most child. Can I buy what if I want to have a freedom to say something but very loudly in public? Is that allowed? It's just fucking dumbasses, obsessed, just liberal.
Yeah.
Hatred. But I mean, I'm sure the establishment was just like, you know, pissing its pants.
Yes. But I mean, I mean, his answers are always though also just like he always gives himself like a way out at the end. I feel way more often than other people.
No, but
like
they
he'll
think
say something,
man.
then be like, "But you know, I have to look into it." Not here so much, but longer ones.
Almost like Trump even says that, like if Republicans and Democrats, if there is a consensus, like that's what everybody, like if there is a consensus, then I signed a bill. Thank you so much.
You have to.
Really?
It's actually not a.
Yeah, it's usually part of your job. You can delay it for a while, but you know. Like,
no, but
so
and yeah.
I mean, you know, if everybody forces me to give
Yeah.
you Medicare, okay, I give you Medicare. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, Biden. It has to be said. Biden said, even if they force to give you Medicare, I will veto it. So,
if anything, his originality is a little bit in the fact that he semi-combines Democrat, Republican, either speak or position, but not really. He's kind of like, you know, he could be a Democrat, Republican. He just like, he talks a little bit like this one, a little bit like that one. And, you know, he says, I'm this one. Although, of course, there are no big differences.
I disagree.
But even his acting is like this. And the other thing that he does a little bit that others don't do so much is that he talks a lot and like he'll give like long answers on some things with like some random facts, like someone who listens to a podcast. Whereas politicians, I feel, don't do that as much as he does. Like he'll be like, oh, you know, and this, and then in 72 that, and then and this. So these are kind of two things I think he does that make it seem like he's really like out of the box and different, whereas he's not. He's just a bit different in his style, really.
I agree with that, but I agree with those for sure. But I would add that I get a lot of sort of a Obama vibe to him that I think he doesn't even say that many radical stuff. And people are just like, he's gonna be a game changer.
No.
And it's like, it's same with Obama, man. Obama on his trail wasn't saying as much radical stuff. And people are like, no, he's gonna
I mean, it's just literally the COVID thing. And even that, I mean, at this point. But sure, maybe back then he would have said it too. But that's the only one where he's like, you know, and I guess the Israel-Palestine thing, because, oh boy, does he care about this or gets into more detail or importance than even a Democrat or Republican will be like, okay, well, shut the fuck up now. We get it.
Such a, you know, though, that's just shows he's such a sort of a boomery generation of 1960s, you know, because I mean, I know a lot of people from that generation who are political just because of, you know, studies, blah, blah, blah. And they are all, you know, I know so many liberals who are just exactly like that, that pretty much they're social democrats sort of internally, but on Israel. And I know a lot of Iranians who are like that, by the way, that no, Israel is the only democracy in the region. You know, they allow gays some, you know, they allow gays, you know. And it's like, you are gay, you are in Iran right now. Who's stopping you to be gay? And it's like, no, but in Iran, I can't, you know, fuck somebody in the street. It's like, I don't think you can do that in Israel. But anyway, it's just, it's so, you know, like, So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that generation has, I think he's that, like that position is so familiar to me. I don't know.
No, I see what you mean. And yeah, so Jimmy Dore, I mean, the Vanguard boys and all this pointed out that, I mean, Jimmy Dore always does this, right? Like, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I don't know anything of this. So this is a version of that on a topic where he's like, oh, I don't know much about
No,
Israel,
he never does that in
Palestine.
an interview.
Or he claims that he doesn't. Maybe we
Usually,
haven't
I mean,
seen.
he does that
Yeah.
in an interview when he's friendly with somebody, but
Yeah.
when he's,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know. No, he always says, I'm a stupid, and even I can figure it
Yeah,
out. That, for
true.
example, Palestinians are being
Yeah.
treated badly. He
But
doesn't go
different
like,
versions
I'm
of the
stupid,
I'm stupid
go
and
to
all.
Max.
Yeah, kind of. I see what you mean also, but I think he also does like different versions of this. But then again, like I said earlier on, like after every time RFK says something, he does have like a really or like a you think or like, but they don't actually. In one part he says, but they don't actually really do that. Oh, I don't know where that is because there's one part where like he literally says like the equivalent. He pretty much says like like Mossad or someone, let's say, has never committed crime ever.
Oh yeah,
ever.
yeah.
And then Jimmy's
one
like,
of his
but in
talking
reality
points.
they do, right? So, but look at the comments. So I was telling you about the comments.
What?
So this one's the highest.
Okay.
Can we just have one president who doesn't have to bow down to that damn country? Why does Israel have so much power?
Man,
let's see some of the other ones with Jimmy exactly in it. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, all of these are pushing back on his position there. I mean, every single one of these, every single one that I'm skipping are literally pushing back. I was just looking for Jimmy's name.
But
but
I'm not saying everybody in the comment section. And I hope if anybody's seen our show before knows that we think like Israelis treating Palestinians inhumanly and has been doing for many, many years, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you agree with? I think you agree with me, right?
Yeah. I think so.
But I think most of this is it's all these comments, all this, because I've seen a lot of people, man, when I was in the UK, everywhere I've been, a lot of people are like, oh, Israelis, blah, blah. It's because America gives money to Israel. It's not because
this is a lot of people say that too, 100%, like
it's
hold on, like literally the second comment here or okay, why is it okay taxpayers' money to any nation?
No, I'm just making it clear. The opposition to Israel has nothing to do with Palestinian rights. It's to do with resentment about sending money to Jews.
No.
And it has a lot to do with anti-Semitism, in my view.
Yeah, since you pointed that out, I started hearing so many more people, I guess, would use that as part of the arguments. Whereas for me, it's like, who gives a shit? That's like the least important.
It's just so, and it's like half of that money is going to American contractors.
Oh, most of it.
Businesses.
That's what it is, if I believe. Both to them and to Egypt, the two countries that always come up from both sides when they say it. Both of them, they're pretty much like, okay, here's money. Okay, now come and buy it from
our shirt
from me again. And
no, it's not, again, it's not to defend Israel or anything, but my point is that the opposition to Israel is a resentment driven effort. It's not to do with Palestinian rights or anything, as we saw with Afghanistan and Iraq. I don't think they just don't want their money to be spent on those different looking people. And I wanted to say this because I don't know if you heard the Santos campaign, man. So far they had to let go, I think, 2 people because it turned out privately they were sharing anti-Semitic videos. In this day and age, it's still like Nazis were right, or that type of video, not like modern day more focused on blacks and Muslim types, focus on. Jesus Christ, it's just so hard. It's still to this day anti-Semitism. It's good.
No, fair enough.
Never dies. But anyway, I mean, what a fantastic interview, though. What a
Yeah, no, I mean,
mean, the best part was the promise of other interviews about. So Aaron Mate is gonna do Middle East, Max Blumenthal just Israel. Hopefully, if I'm gonna email Jimmy, see if I can debate RFK just about Iran. Maybe that $2 billion he wants to block, maybe I can get that released or something. Did you see the Jimmy Dore, Sam Seder thing? Sam Seder on Adam Sitch was asked about that.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to put it. And yeah, I must say that it is interesting for people who are like, RFK is not being debated, Marianne is not being debated. Why doesn't Jimmy Dore debate Sam Seder? I mean, I think Sam Seder is bad faith, of course, but
yeah, I mean, yeah. No, of
I mean,
course.
it's just I'm interested to know how, because again, I don't think being a hypocrite is even that big of a crime, but for a person whose whole channel, whose whole shtick is to point out the hypocrisy of other people, it's quite interesting to be so much of a hypocrite. Interesting.
No, definitely couldn't disagree with you there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, again,
I hate Sam Seder.
No, I only like him nowadays for the diversity of the topic. So not diversity of the topics, just some of the phone calls and things that come up are funny, but yeah.
Yeah, and no, man, since you've mentioned the fact that, and it really opened my eyes to the fact that he clearly doesn't care about any of this. And it's just like, I was like, yeah, man, you're right. It's just, he's just like a guy trying to make a living, and people are getting so upset about it.
Yeah. That part of it makes it funnier. But okay.
Yeah, but he's,
All right.
Although, do you think we should be nicer to Jimmy? You know his condition, right? He's Polish.
Oh, is that a joke?
That's an ethnic joke, right?
Watch yourself.
Do you know that? Is that the thing? Do you know that?
No.
In UK or America.
I can see that. That's and in UK. No, I don't think. Maybe in America too, but in UK they have.
Yeah, a lot of Polish. It's. Oh yeah, it's basically they're the Turks of the Europe. I think it's Germans have it too. They're the Turks of the Europe. They're like famous for being idiots. Basically, all the jokes is about them being Polacks being idiots. So I'm just saying we should take that.
Interesting.
Aren't you glad to be friends with somebody who every week brings you some new info about the new kinds of racism that was almost going out of fashion until I brought it back?
Certainly. But okay. Okay, and Sam, speaking of Max and Jimmy Dore and all that, forgot that Max did
comedy.
And comedy. That Max did a 16-minute stand-up. And I mean, it's one of, again, these new types of, like, maybe it always existed, whereas you literally like say something that your audience agrees about and like they like you, and like you have like a joke and then people laugh. But I mean, that's not really comedy. I mean, that's not really stand-up comedy. It's like a different thing. I mean, Max literally, even when he does his podcast, I mean, he always throws in like little like words or jabs. So he's doing the same thing here, except he's standing up. So it's just interesting.
Wait. Whoa.
No. Not at all talking about that. Whoa. I'm just.
No, wait.
It's funny.
Are you saying this 16 minutes of hilarity did not convince you? Did you get a stomachache? How many times were you forced to pause because your own laughter blocked the noise of the computer? Because for me, it happens so often. I haven't still finished the video because I was just rolling inside the house. Just going.
No, I mean, listen, if I listen to it, I might find a joke or two funny. But if I show this video to someone who doesn't understand what he's talking about, they wouldn't even know that it's stand-up comedy. They'll be like, okay, so this guy is giving a TED talk. Interesting. Okay, like, because they also have jokes, like, is this a presentation? Okay, interesting news. I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I get it.
He did have two. I remember two jokes at least. There was one, the Chris, whatever, the MSNBC guy.
Yeah. He's like he became
Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess for all comedy you need reference, but
the problem was that he's, I mean, to be honest, it was actually not that bad, I think.
Oh no, his delivery and all that in a way, but
his delivery was bad.
That's not even what I'm saying.
The main problem. Yeah, I think his performance was bad. The joke, I mean, the writing was very. I agree with you. But he was confident. This is not my type of comedy. But if you look at it, you're right. This is like I think there was a like in 70s and then again in late 90s, maybe early 2000s. Like there are comedians who do like amazing stuff, but it's got to be admitted that majority of the comedy has always been. Not majority, but significant amount of comedy has always been hackish stuff, including just saying stuff your audience likes.
Yeah.
Now that saying your audience likes could be racist stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, could be like, it's the same style of comedy, Sorry, go ahead. I cut you.
Yeah, no, you're right. And sorry, I was cutting you off. But yeah, there's literally one part where he says something and then he's like, sorry, there was no punchline. I just wanted to say that. And like, I think both me and the audience kind of giggle because like it doesn't.
That was a joke too.
Oh, that was the punchline. Okay.
I think that was a postmodern joke. That's like, I think. Just want to say that it's kind of like that. It reminded me of the Bill Hicks jokes. I don't mean to be. I don't mean to sound bitter. I just am. Or
I see.
I don't mean to sound an asshole. I just am. It's like I think it was a postmodern. I think. But it's just his delivery was so wooden. And to be honest, maybe if he man, how long comedians do a stand-up on the road before they do it?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Until
they film their special,
unfair. They usually do. It's like 5 to 10 years.
Honestly, like
average.
It was it was impressive, if anything, that he could even do it this way. But I was just talking about the bigger style of what it is, and it just kind of really hit me with this one, because this one was just so niche in that sense. You have to be like following Max's writing and podcasts for the past 10 years to understand what he's talking about. Okay, I've read your books. Okay, I see.
I get the reference. Yes, exactly. No, that's I just wanted to give after making fun of it first, I wanted to give the good points before going. Yeah, I agree with you. It was just pandering to audience type of comedy.
And he's funnier than Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub. I don't know if that means anything, but
yeah, for sure. No, I mean, again, Joe Rogan, I've seen him, like, there has been 2 incidents, I think, that he had like a good joke, and he had a good performance because he's always on a stage for the last 40 years. So that's no surprise. But his comedy is definitely superior to Joe Rogan and Russell Brand and Brandon Schaub.
But yeah, did you have another point you wanted to make about this?
It's just I'm just sad though, because I like to think we try to do a bit of comedy here, and I just, I don't know. You never, like, the only good feedback we got on our sketches was, I don't know. I feel like it was, I don't know. You never know if it's just you're pandering or if it's real or.
Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. Some existential questions there.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, but it was, for us who follow these type of news and who know about the Russia-Ukraine war in details and who know about the Democratic Party
and the different elements and also different elements that we obsessed about over like the past few years.
And the way and the tone that we take in our the view we have taken, then if you have all those conditions, this is the funniest stand.
And this is for you.
Get the this is for you. If you are one of the 15,000 people who's been following Grey Zone and MSNBC, like you'll like this. This is the bullseye for you.
Yeah. Which is why not just, I guess, approach your audience with a different way. Okay, you like it in podcast and writing form. How about just acting? Or how about just signal?
Sitcom. Yeah. Oh man, we should do a sitcom. Yeah, Aaron and Max live across Katie or something. Katie and Bree. And then they do fun adventures or something, and then they have fights because Aaron, you're supporting a dictator, and then they make up. It's gonna be great. No, but to be honest, when we started the channel, before it just devolved into our own sort of personal therapy sessions, it was sort of, we were thinking like the market is gonna get big on the leftist stuff. So I guess he's just a slightly more successful.
No, I mean, yeah, he's one of the more. He's also one of the more long-lasting, successful ones, Max.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he did have the whole, he had a good start, shall we say? He's in a good he's in a good network, let's say. He's born into a good network of connections.
And his website is probably one of the bigger ones in this kind of world.
I've never checked anybody.
I think it's bigger than Jacobin and all that, I would say.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Jacobin and the other one, I forget. Anyway, they are so also nationally focused. Grey Zone is much more international. I feel like it's more like Intercept in some ways. But I was gonna add, did you see the part? He says, I love what we are doing here and what Jimmy's doing here, bringing everybody. This is like literally what Clinton's used to say. You remember? Like, we are not gonna be far left. We're gonna be in the center, so we can bring everybody together. And so I love it. Love everybody turns into the exact people they pretend that they hate.
But this also really bothered me. This bottle of ketchup that's upside down here the whole time.
Oh yeah,
someone should have said something.
Should face capital punishment. Yes. Do you think it would?
But I like this though. Someone finished I want to say it's a bottle of wine, or is it a beer?
Tabasco. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's a beer. I thought
some empty Coronas here.
Corona? Where's Corona?
Here, because I think these are
apparently Corona took a big hit after COVID. I think Corona was behind the campaign to change the name to COVID. Do you remember it was Corona for a very long time? Everybody went, no, COVID. Now it's COVID. I've been paid by some Mexican guy. Okay, shut the fuck up about Corona. It's COVID. We're calling it COVID. Like worse than the Chinese virus thing.
Okay, let's move on. Oh, this I didn't see actually.
No,
so Sitch debating Kyle Kulinski trans affirmative care for children. Now, first of all, is this a real scenario or is this a hypothetical scenario? Just you never know.
Imaginary. There has been two cases. Okay, two cases. Stop making fun. Okay?
I just want to see what we're talking about.
This is a real issue, Camille. And also the book bans are brought up because of the trans stuff. So it's
and again, those are that actually happened, or it's just like a mind exercise, for
no, they have actually happened.
Okay.
But you may argue that those children also have access to internet, which kind of makes the whole thing the whole library moot. But I would say shut the fuck up and let me talk about this. So
well, libraries have libraries at universities. I mean, they're just where people go to study and find a desk and do their work. That's like 90%
and
of
books
the use.
that are expensive.
And books are expensive, and then of course people who reach masters and all that, then they're really
but
obsessed with the
highest.
subject, so they just
Do you remember we had our live? We had
oh
we had a
no, but
library in our
school no, that's
highest school.
different. I didn't even know. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Do
mean,
you
in
remember?
primary and this, no, I was thinking
Where was it?
university right away.
No, exactly, my friend. High school we are talking. Do you remember? Because I remember, because I was the fucking idiot who went to the library.
Oh,
Do you remember where it was? Because I know you don't. Because I remember us one time being forced to go there. That's it.
Yeah, no, a few. No. Like, you remember our school was kind of like. I mean, they didn't have everything that I think they needed. No, I had and
exactly.
I think in the last
That's
year
a very
or two,
nice way of...
there was a class that took place in the library that we would use the computer there or watch a movie or something. So I know I've been
like
there, but true, I forgot
Arts
about that.
and
Like, as soon as you
crafts or
said
something?
library, my head went right away
to university. Exactly.
Masters too. I skipped bachelor just for hanging out. Masters, okay, then it's about reading the same Foucault book 33 times.
I did history master, so I had to basically just read letters from different diplomats. Fuck. But man, it's so funny though. Yeah, exactly. High school, we're talking, and I mean, again, we are talking about humans who have access to mobile phones. Let's remember this.
Yeah, I guess curriculum is one thing, but
I mean,
but even the library too, of course. Like, why were you taking out a book? Just leave it. But
yeah, nobody's gonna pay attention to it. Believe me. Yeah, like unless you bring attention to it. But yeah. So stupid. But anyways, so it's
or why don't you just
talk about?
Yeah. Or why don't they do this? They'll be smarter. Like, if there's only one or two issues of it, you just get somebody to take the books out, and then they just lose it, and then they just pay the fine, and then that book isn't there anymore. That's so much more discreet way, unless you think the library's going to get new copies of the book.
But you're thinking like these people care about any of this. They don't care about any of this. All these people care about, kind of like myself, I've realized this about myself, is to go on somewhere or meet someone and just talk to them about something and nag to them. So don't take away nagging from us, okay? We won't nag about the books in high schools in which our children will never attend. Libraries our children will never even just look at, at the library, not even the books. So don't take away this from us. But I find it...
But yeah, I don't know what this video is about. So
yeah, it's about exactly nothing. It's not... I thought it was a very interesting debate, because I felt like, even not fully, because I think gender dysphoria is largely nonsensical. I don't think I think it's a psychological issue, except again 1% people who are born different. Putting that aside, putting the 1% aside, in this debate, the Sitch guy at least partially represents, I think, my view. But he also says that he believes in gender dysphoria. But maybe you can go in the middle. Kulinski puts up one of the, I think, one of the most ridiculous arguments that I have heard.
Do you know where? Do you know where?
Sadly, no, because I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. Let me see. Let's see who's speaking.
So many
Sometimes
times.
we get lucky.
And maybe you can. I mean, we can play a few minutes, because it does get a bit. And if not, I'll tell you a time
in America for clinicians. I believe getting.
What are you skeptical that it works like that in all cases?
Been tested.
Yeah. I agree with you. I'm just skeptical that it works like that in all cases already. That's the only point I'm making.
Is it like legislation that's the solution? What do you see as being the solution to that?
Letting the psychiatrists do their job. Trans activists or Republican legislature.
And this is not the viral hours. Right? For me, doing. Or do you need the government to kind of say, whoa, we need to do something about this?
So what law would you put on the books? Only 16 and up can, get this treatment. Only 18 and up. Like, what law would you propose?
I mean, unfortunately, because I think that gender dysphoria is real, and I do think people are essentially born with it, and I do think kids can have it, but I think that the false positives are going to end up outweighing the true hits, and so I do think that they should probably have at least a 16, but probably an 18-year-old ban on giving kids puberty blockers and anything like that.
Yeah, I think our core disagreement is that I don't agree that the false positives are going to outweigh the real positives. So that's like the core of our disagreement. But I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
Because the detransition rate is so low.
Yeah, that's true too. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Adam.
but the thing is with the detransition rate, like when they talk about the detransition rate, they're talking about people
go ahead.
Like from the long
husband and wife versus
somebody who's
brothers
just like
here. Like I like the
who's going to
team,
end
the
up
matchup,
chopping off their dick and balls.
But like,
right?
Are they brothers?
No, I don't know, but they're like, I guess, I don't know, best friends or whatever. But it's just like funny.
Yeah.
Can I call my mom? I'll ask her the question. Mom, I'm on a podcast right now. What do you think? Should it 16 or 18? Sex change.
Play.
There's a lot of the ideas around social contagion have been very well studied, and we've seen that there's been a massive amount of social contagion in something like suicide, which is more extreme than removing parts of your body. Or we've also seen this.
Go further
this
back.
has been repeated with removing.
Sorry about all this going back and forth, but removing the part of body is the argument Kyle makes. So go a bit further back. I'm sure he makes it a bit further back for sure that he's responding to it.
Before the affirmative care model was in place, we don't really have long-term studies for people that are going through this current.
Yeah. So in other words, we'll see.
Method.
We'll see. I mean, look, my thoughts have always been, if you're somebody who's just like latching onto this as an identity and it's just like a phase you're going through, that's not the kind of person who's going to end up chopping off their dick and balls.
But like,
right? Like, that's
I mean,
the way I generally look at it.
You say that, but
I do, yes, very strong.
They could, and again, I don't even care whether it's a phase or not.
Can you just zoom in on Kyle's face for a second?
Right? Like that's not the kind of person who's going to end up chopping off their dick and balls.
But like,
right? Like that's the way I generally look at it.
You say that, but
I do, yes, very strongly. I say that.
I know,
very strongly.
There's a lot of the ideas.
Pause. No, I never thought any human would be somebody who do something like that, like Kyle's hair to their own body, right? And then go on camera, have it recorded forever, right? I never thought that. But it happens. I mean, this was the most idiotic argument I've heard. Have you not ever heard of children cutting themselves? Have you never heard of,
or even adults? Even adults, but adults were saying that.
No. I mean, I meant like adults obviously are allowed to cut themselves. They want to cut their penis. They want to not cut their penis, whatever. I'm just saying, the idea that allowing children if they want to cut their dick off, let's cut their dick off.
Yeah.
And I love how leftists, these motherfuckers that are like, student loans, we were above 18, we were adults when we got our loans, but we were promised jobs. That was, we were influenced by the promise of jobs. They should be paid back their money for their loans, but no, it's okay for a 16-year-old to have her breasts removed. I mean, again, this issue, I know it affects one person.
Yeah, no.
I know. Your face is telling me.
No. I had nothing to say. No. I mean, I definitely on the kids' part. I mean, 100%.
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous to me.
But yeah,
their arguments about this trans stuff, man. It's
really funny.
It's the most. Yeah. No, sorry. I want to point out if somebody can do that to their hair.
And we got 2 Lex Fridman videos. Oh, where's the other Lex Fridman? Okay, so this one I did actually watch. I watched the one where he talks to the undercover guy. Should I bring that one up?
Wait. Okay. This one, the one you just moved on from. Yeah, no. Yeah, the one you just moved on from, though. I just talk about it.
You see it.
I just want to mention this because he did interview, you all know, Hariri and what's his name, Netanyahu, and we covered it. And he did bring on a Palestinian guy who lives in Sheikh Jarrah region. And it was a really interesting interview, I think.
Oh,
It was
really?
really
Okay, it was
sort of-
good.
like his questions were obviously idiotic to us, but then again, I think he's really aiming for mainstream.
Oh,
And
that's
the guy's
interesting.
the guy's answers was like when you talk to a Palestinian person, like a real Palestinian person, not one of these bullshit PLO funded robots. Mahmoud Abbas is doing great. Mahmoud Abbas, don't say anything wrong about Mahmoud Abbas, all right? PLO.
I see.
He was good. And so I full credits to him.
Did Lex try
And I
hooking
was
up
like-
with him too? Did he bring up any theories of putting people in the same room, dimming down the lights, turning on some
I didn't
candles,
hear
a little bit of
anything.
wine?
That's the thing. I didn't hear anything. I just, but Lex's tone is generally very romantic.
Yeah,
He's
he's flirty either way.
He's very flirty either way. Yeah.
Regardless.
He's a goddamn tease. He's a goddamn tease. And Netanyahu, you won, and now what's his name, Mohammed. They're all he's been going around Middle East basically breaking hearts. Teasing everybody with his beautiful Ukrainian eyes. Yeah. Is Ukrainian or Russian?
I don't know.
But yeah, and but go back to Lex and go down. Go to
Where is
Lex. Go Google Lex Fridman. Google Lex Fridman.
Yeah.
CIA. Google Lex Fridman CIA face or something. Because to be honest, I don't want you to open the video first. I just want people.
Oh, this one,
watch
yeah.
the-
So you want to see the
Oh,
thumbnail?
Yeah, go down, zoom in. Just before watching the video, I just look at the thumbnail and read the title, please. Camera,
Yeah, so
because
this is a
better
thumbnail
voice.
and how CIA spies disguise their identity.
And for anybody who's not like seeing the video, the thumbnail includes a picture of what looks like a knockoff version of whatever Tom Cruise is using in Mission Impossible. And then some guy who's clearly, I don't know, spent like a week in the State Department and thought, okay, I can just get out now and bullshit. I was deep in the CIA, right? And then, man, the level of bullshit flying around is just, there are 3 levels of disguises. One includes prosthetics, fake.
No, you think it's bullshit?
No, what you do? When are they? Yes, I think it's bullshit. What are you talking about?
They talk. I think that's what they do, though.
When? Where? In which
I mean, okay, no,
operation
people
have they done that?
go undercover, right? Like police officers or
No, I'm
go
not
long-
talking about the second level. No, that's the second. No, the third level. He talked about the third
Yeah.
level.
So maybe
If
the third
they're
level
wearing
has
a fake
happened once or
noise.
twice. Yeah, sure. That one doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, he was talking
So
about
that's Tom Cruise Mission Impossible.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
doing the face thing.
Except
Yeah,
they
no,
do
he
it
was
like
talking-
every other minute. Like this is like
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
No, he's just so funny, man. That was.
but
it does. It was just so good. The Lex Fridman is like Joe Rogan, but it's slightly more high end.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
think
no.
I'm gonna enjoy this. Yeah,
yeah, no, he loves this
Yeah.
kind of shit too.
yeah. I mean, it was good. It was good. I love the thumbnail though. The thumbnail
Yeah.
with the mask that was like, like, that was great. They use that usually.
And
To finish,
oh,
I think
this
off
is
on
the
that
last one from this little segment here. And pretty much is PBD talking with this other guy about, I guess, some White House chefs who have been found dead, who've drowned, and they just
Hey,
go on this
yo,
5-year
come here.
conspiracy
Dadash,
roundup
Dadash.
theory.
Come here, brother. Dadash.
And
Come-
it's just
no.
hilarious.
It's a trend. This Patrick Beto, people can check out his interview with Anthony Weiner as well. This guy's obsessed with fucking trends and reputations. He's like, this is a trend. So many people around Obama are dying. And according to some other people, it was like this chef was his probably gay lover or something. So, you know. Yeah, but play bits because he's very obsessed with the fact that it's a trend cameo. It's a trend.
Sheep drowned and is.
Welcome to.
Oh shit! What the fuck happened?
Oh, you went. Well, so why?
By the way, so we talk about this stuff. You can say, Pat, you're crazy. That's insane. It's not fair. What about this? What about that? Some of you may say, like, when I did the interview with Anthony Weiner. And obviously, I said I would never bring up Frazzle Drip because it's irresponsible, right? I would never bring up the 9 out of 12 cops that committed a suicide within a few months. That's irresponsible. And then I talk about why are all these people dying. And I said, your reaction is an answer.
Just really classy, what he always does. He did it with Anthony Weiner too. I never bring up Fran Frazzi. I never do it. Except right now, which I'm doing, you know, or with Anthony Weiner, which was like, guy, you know, I invited you to have a real discussion, even though you're a pervert. I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to put the pervert things aside. Okay. We are not going to mention the pervert thing for the clicks. real well done.
To Anthony Weiner, right? And media reacts to it. People write about it. There's all these other videos, but guess what happened? Maybe it influenced a few people to go look into it and say, why is this happening? Matter of fact, just this couple days ago, yesterday, story comes out about what? A story comes out about Barack Obama's chef,
personal chef.
911 phone call for Obama's chef reported possibly drowning. Martha's Vineyard is plunged into chaos as body of ex-president's cook, 45 years old, is found 100 feet from shore in paddle boarding drowning accident. Let me read the story to you. Fire. He didn't know how to swim. And then a video appeared. Rob, I don't know if you have the video or not. There's a video of him swimming right there. This is him. This is him on Twitter. If you can play this clip.
He knows how to swim, Pat.
So this is him swimming. That's pretty solid to swim like that. That's backstroke that he's doing there.
Like he has flippers on.
He says progress, fit chef. And
fit chef, there's one where he's doing the backstroke, he's doing the butterfly.
Yeah, so this is him. I don't know if I would call him an Olympic swimmer, but I think he knows how to swim. Okay, and if you're in 8 feet of water and you don't know how to swim, all you got to do is
look. He's doing the backstroke.
Yeah. So look, the story.
I don't know, man. He's acting a bit weird. Does he look like someone who's learning?
No, what are you crazy? Like these people? Are you analyzing the murder of?
No, I'm just kind of curious. No. Putting all that aside, he looks like someone who's learning how to swim.
I maybe he's learning how to swim with those flappy things.
First said he didn't know how to swim. Then this came out that he knew how to swim. By the way, he had twin sons with his wife. He had twin sons with his wife. And the story's out. While we're watching this, Alper, my chef, is standing next to me saying, Alper, did you see this story? He's kind of like, I was saying earlier, he ran out. I haven't seen him since. He just took off.
Because he doesn't know how to swim.
Pat, did you see? Well, first of all, paddleboarding.
He has a ship
there's no weight. There's no waves. There's no nothing.
Sorry, pause. But I was already surprised because presidents have chefs. I thought White House might have a chef, but I didn't know like each Obama has his own whatever. But then this guy has his own chef. What's going on, man?
Man, that's the dream.
Like how rich? I take back everything critical I said about you. May I be one of those noche? I think he knows Farsi. So, well, may I be one of those noche guys next to you, sitting on, and everything you say, yes, fantastic. Yeah, that's, by the way, this is like the
but they're adding credibility to this story in like a funny way, because the other guy's like, paddleboarding, there's no wave, so you won't drown, as if it's impossible. For paddleboarding, you just go on kind of like, usually the water has to be quite calm.
There's a paddle.
And you go, and then you paddle, but it's still water. You can still drown. Okay, no, he drowned in a pool.
Man, there is so many. If there is a hole underground, if there is a hole underground, it drags you in.
Or if you're not confident, you fall and then you panic and then you drink water and then you.
Oh, there's a current takes you for.
No, it's impossible. This guy. Oh,
impossible.
There were no 9 feet waves nearby, so I think.
No, no. And according to this grainy video taken by a mobile phone, he could like what is this? Like he seems like a good swimmer.
Not really.
Like he
This
might.
part, that's why I say that swimming actually looks so bad, because here he kind of swims. Hold on. Without breathing. Hold on. This is funny. Look here, he just kind of swims without breathing, and then he's like, as if he like, okay, he's like, fuck, I didn't breathe. So then here he has to come out and go, okay, then we go this way. I don't know, man.
No, he switched sides, I think.
I don't know.
But I think this is your sports watching.
So what was the topic about?
Look, the fundamentals in his techniques are not right. That's not how you bring up. Jesus, carrier.
But yeah, I guess he's another one who drowned. So I guess here he starts talking about. Hold on.
Yeah. Did you see? Well, first of all, paddleboarding. There's no wake. There's no waves. There's no nothing. It was late at night. He was with somebody else. He was with another male, which nobody knows what happened to that guy. And then Hillary Clinton, I guess, had the same not a swimming incident, but didn't one of her chefs pass away? This guy, he died by drowning in 2015. It's just weird coincidences that these people are just randomly drowning and dying. And mind you, Pat, if you're not home, is your personal chef chilling at your house and swimming? And is Albert hanging out at your house when you're not there?
What I'm not there, no. But I don't.
I love this. They're just like us. The in and out of this story. Random. By the way, you don't eat bananas in the morning. Yeah. So your chef chop, sliced apples. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, crazy, huh, Obama? What shoe size? Okay. And nobody knew the shoe size. He said like 5 random things in the space of 20 seconds and passed it on. He's like, okay, you go now. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Paddleboard, come see Hillary Clinton, chef. You, chef too, right?
Literally what the guy did. Oh, that was funny, man. I mean, not that I'm doing anything too different, but I don't know. I think actually I'm doing a little bit more.
I have to say, I swear to God, I write down shit sometimes.
He just put it like he just said a few things and passed it over. Okay, go.
All right, I don't know.
You know, and then he's probably gonna repeat the same thing.
That would be the reason to jump into conclusion that something could be happening. The whole point is when something like this happened, you like, for example, I went and ate at this one restaurant.
Okay, no, he's like, actually, never mind. He's like, let me tell you about this great sashimi I had recently. He went complete off topic. No, because he out of the whole thing, he picks up the part about moving your chef with you. So then he starts talking about opening a business, and there's this one chef he knows who's good. So if he opens a restaurant, he's gonna get him.
Nice, good to know. Can you go to a picture of him with these guys? Man, we always talk about like the American dream and all that.
Yeah, this is it.
This is the Iranian dream. I'm sorry. This is getting two foreigners.
If this is the Iranian dream,
and
I want
the
this
Iranian
one,
dream.
But I don't think
foreigners. So. No, this is the American dream is having a house and a family. Iranian dream is having strangers from different countries listening to you as you are bullshitting about your business. In the bazaar, we were buying the stuff at the time, very low price in the bazaar. But then the Khomeini regime came in and the bazaar was fucked. And then, if it wasn't for Khomeini. So I think this is the Iranian dream, to monetize your, just your commentary about how Khomeini fucked everything.
Too funny, man. No, but that guy killed me. I mean, the first time I listened, sometimes you have to listen each part by itself to really the hilarity.
I
'Cause
didn't.
this guy just
I
said
did not picture that. just a random word association, basically. Just chef, Hillary, Obama. You chef
waves,
too, right?
friend, no one
Here
knows about. And then you have your own chef.
He did not follow through on any of his points. Like on the paddle board, on the other person will go not anymore there, on Hillary connection, nothing.
Yeah.
He just moved on from all of them, passed the ball to Patrick.
Fair enough, though, to the PBD guy. This is like the third time the guy has brought up the lack of waves. I mean, I'm not too sure what he wants him to do with it.
Yeah, unless just continue with that or just let it go, all right? Oh God. Well, what is the PBD thing, by the way? Because it's called value to Patrick David. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, Sam, let's do a little quick round of geopolitics, maybe something slightly more serious here. And I don't know where you want to start. The floor is yours. There have been a few developments we wanted to touch on, discuss funny stuff, less funny stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very quick about this, but meanwhile, while we were following, PBD, and later on we're going to discuss Brandon Schwab and all the other important news. In West Africa, in Niger or Niger, I don't know what's the correct pronunciation.
Niger, I guess most people say.
Yeah. There was a coup d'etat, a successful coup d'etat. And maybe you can go back to the picture we had. And the most important factor, which nobody has been talking about, is that who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? And who made that jacket? Who came up with the whole wife beater under the military uniform?
Yeah, no, fair enough. The designer of the jacket, sorry, he assumed the guy was gonna wear a shirt though. He's like, okay, I did not know you were gonna come out in just underwear and the jacket. You should have told me that. I would have suggested something different.
Look, next time you're gonna take over the nation, call me. I'll lend you a fucking jacket. You are ruining my design. I love the turquoise blue mixed with the white beater.
Listen, but to me, he gives he's like, I'm ready to get my hands dirty. I mean business.
But I'm also down for diplomacy if needs be. I can put on a formal uniform anytime. But this just brought me. I mean, this coup d'etat has made me hopeful that we might see Gaddafi-like personalities emerge. When I saw that blue jacket, I was like,
yeah,
okay, we can see a second Gaddafi. I can see a second Gaddafi in this man. I don't know his name, but his sense of style is telling me.
Niger is a big country, and yeah,
man. And then it's not the jacket. The jacket is just the jacket and the wife beater combination. Look, go back to his picture.
The glasses too.
Yeah, exactly. The glasses. What is going on?
Very hip.
Those are from 1970s. They just made a comeback with the hipster community. With the theater. He's just who is he? Who is he? I won't know his name. I will support the coup financially, emotionally, whatever he needs. I mean, I'm just but I don't know. It was just too good. I mean, I love this guy. I wish the best. I wish the best, and I wish the worst for the French imperialist fucks who you can, as the French correspondent, you can further explain. They're trying to stop this amazing man, this man of style, from taking over the country just because he wants to, it seems to be all that region seems to be pretty much reaching a like the situation seems to be reaching a boiling point with
Mm.
France, because
Yeah.
France controls the not controls, but the money they use there is franc, which is kind of controlled by the Bank of France in a way. Do you know about this? That
No, no, I
they
didn't.
all there is this thing called West African franc or cent. I don't know the exact name, but there is a franc in Africa that I think about 15, 20 countries use, and it's it allows France to exert a lot of influence over Africa, because basically the France's central bank gets to
It's interesting. I
control
didn't know
its.
that.
Yeah, man, these are really not real countries. They're real, like they are still colonies, basically. I'm sorry. I don't even count. I'm sorry, but I don't count unless you don't have your own central bank. You don't issue your own money. You're not a real country. Spain is not a real country. It's just not. I mean, I don't know, unless we are counting like a language a country. If you're counting language a country, then okay, everybody is a country then that's. Am I harsh? Am I crazy?
Maybe a little bit, but there's definitely a lot to that. I mean, you can say Spain had their own
Very
currency,
diplomatic.
right? Or until and then they
No.
willingly traded it.
Yeah, they willingly gave up their sovereignty for money or for development. And it's not necessarily a bad deal,
Yeah.
by the way. I much prefer if Iran didn't have its own central bank, but was developed. But that's like usually not an option. So
Yeah. Not on the table, unfortunately.
it's usually independent or poor or with us and poor. So up to you.
But with us, you
Either
get
way-
cool gadgets and perks.
Yeah, like you can travel to Italy once
Yeah.
every 10 years. That's what you can do. But I have to let you know, either way you are poor. Like there is no or is the main option. So yeah. So we had that, and then on the
What's going on with your
Mr.
boy?
Prigozhin met with Putin, and they not with Putin, sorry, he went to Russia again. This was an official confirmation there. I don't know if you heard, but following Russia has pulled out of the grain deal with Ukraine. So Putin went to Africa and did basically a sales sort of a situation there. He was like, I'm selling my everything, grain, here you go, 8 tons for you, 8 tons of 2 tons for you, and all that. And then there was African countries came to Russia, and then Mr. Hot Dog over here. And I really truly think Mr. Hot Dog is such an appropriate name now that we can see him full body. He has such a hot dog shaped face, and just the whole body. It's just because he's got a very long face. So
Yeah.
he promised that Wagner is going to only be active in Belarus and African countries from now on. They're not going to do anything in Ukraine-Russia war. They're going to leave that alone. So the hot dog franchise is going international. Well, it's staying international.
Yeah.
And then we had this one, which was quite fun. So there is, I don't know if you heard about this,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I saw
Sweden
this.
is facing a lot of backlash against it because people are burning Qurans. And it's so funny because they keep applying for licenses to burn Qurans, and in Sweden, because it's such a bullshit like system. They're like, oh, you have to apply for license, but if you apply for license, basically we have to give it to you.
Yeah.
So what's the fucking point of giving a license? Just not have the system in the first place. Anyways, and now they're considering not doing it. Denmark is freaking out. They already was hugely hit when they did the Mohammed cartoon thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, people in America probably don't know this, but Danish pastry was boycotted in Middle East. Huge hit for all the pastries. Oh yeah. Well, it was, you know what happened in Iran, and this might be fascinating to some people in America. You know what happened in Iran with pastries?
No.
following the whole Muhammad cartoon in the Danish newspaper, they said shops are no longer allowed to call it Danish pastry. It must be called Mohammadi pastry. So for 1 year, every shop you went, you had Danish pastry. Over Danish pastry, there was a sticker saying Mohammadi pastry. Mohammed pastry. We had Mohammed pastry, which was basically that was our freedom fries moment. Basically, that was our freedom fries moment.
That's too funny. And speaking of excellence, what is going on here?
So this in a truly hilarious just news item, this was reported by BBC and others, not by Iranian official TV channels, but Iranian judiciary took advertisement out in newspapers asking for MEK, People's Mujahideen Khalq, to put forward a lawyer. This is following MEK's camps being raided by Albanian officials and their servers, their USBs and hard drives handed over to Iranian regime. So I think, and they are going to have a field day with a public sort of a not a full-on kangaroo court, but a sort of I mean, you don't ask for, Islamic Republic don't ask for your lawyer when they don't have the evidence against you. So
that's
and
hilarious.
MEK, yeah, it's so hilarious, man. MEK, I think they might be fucking done for. America is even, Jesus, I mean, they outplayed themselves so much.
Badly.
They thought Israel and Saudi, they idiots. Saudis live near Iran. They have to long-term, they have to get along. They used to sell weapons to Islamic Republic. Do you think they're gonna deal with you, motherfuckers? They got out. They overplayed their hand way too much.
Glad to hear that. But
yeah, I thought you might. Hopefully there will be a bloodbath of their spies very soon.
But okay, should we take a 1 second break and then move on to? By the way, do you say Brendan Schaub on purpose because you're trying to be funny, or?
No, I thought that's his name. What is it?
But I keep on saying it the right way. When you don't.
No, is it the wrong way or?
Brendan Schaub.
Oh,
there's no W. I don't think there's a W.
No, there is no W. I just heard it. I think people, they were being funny or something. I guess I picked it up. Is it
I've
Schaub?
never heard that, yeah.
All right. Sorry. Maybe I'm...
Oh, and we have a little alien story that, I think we kind of need to just bring up.
Yeah, we have to play this and then... Should we do it now?
Let's do this one now then. Yeah, that's better. So... I'm curious to see this documentary though, honestly, the way they talk about it. And the funniest thing is Joe Rogan telling this story again as if it happened 100%, like no doubt whatsoever. But yeah, this guy, I guess he's a journalist or something, and he made a documentary on how 5 people in Brazil claimed that, a UFO crashed and there was a baby alien in there, and they picked it up like it's like a baby that's left in like a burning home, and then men in black arrived with cash in a suitcase. Literally,
again,
let's listen.
Let's be clear. Let's just before this. No. Let's play his video. But the moment I definitely want you to play is minute 5:29. But yeah, play there.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll just play a little bit and then we'll go there. So title video on Joe Rogan podcast. It's just from 3 months ago. Brazil's Roswell, still a mystery more than 25 years later. I guess that's the name.
Oh, by the way, doesn't this get us copyrighted?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, whatever.
Please just tell us, please. I swear on my life this happened. He gets in the car, doors open. He looks up, and the only reason why I'm telling you this because he died. He looks up at Marco and I, and he goes, "It happened." Closed the door and off he went. Now, the reason why I share that is because that's not something that I can put any weight on for the documentary for people like you, right? But as a personal message for me, knowing that level of validation on the inside it kept us going. It was like, okay, why on earth would he have done that? Why on earth would he say? And that kept Marco and I going, and that was a personal level of validation. That
is there any conventional explanation why the military shut everything down, why they had military barricades set up around that area?
No, they did try to say that the creature was this guy who's got like some deformities, but I've seen the guy Modine or something like that. But you talk to the witnesses.
But why would the military shut the town down because of a guy with deformities?
And then for the doctor.
Because in Brazil and someplace like everything is done by the military. I'm just saying, like, you know, he's thinking like in the U.S. context. This
in the
is
hospital.
No, I gotta give it to them though. This is not a U.S. in the Ohio in the South.
Yeah, no. This is
At
in
least
the Amazon.
It's in a different country.
No, but these aliens definitely have some kind of like rural area like fetish or something, right? Like if you want to stay away from them, just go in the city. They're like, okay, where's the most remote place on Earth? We want to go there. That's what we like. Hold on.
Well, they said there was like a midget having a baby or something weird, just something that was just so ridiculous. It was like, and you talk to the witnesses and they're just like, oh,
pause.
Pause.
Something that was so ridiculous that I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
It was too ridiculous, like more ridiculous than a goddamn alien coming to Earth. More ridiculous than that. A midget having a deformed child is more ridiculous than an alien coming.
No, the military. Why would the military care about that? I mean, that's what they do. What do you think?
Man, the military, I don't know if you know about MK Ultra, but American military spent millions of dollars on mind reading programs, like and on dolphins, trying to train dolphins to get bombs to ships. Like this is like they think, who do you think runs the military? I don't know. Anyway, it's so funny.
You know, that's laughable at best. Ridiculous. You know, I mean, these girls,
not aliens,
came within 8 to 10 feet. Three women, Katya, two sisters, Liliani, and Valkyria, 14, 16, and 21. They got within 8 to 10 feet in broad daylight of this creature.
Like this happened for sure.
One of the things that doesn't come across in the film.
Yeah, for sure.
When they saw this thing, they're looking like, what are we looking at here? They're walking through this field, and it's up against a cinder block wall. And one of them's looking at it, what is that? And it was crouched by the wall. It was weak and feeble. And one of them kind of like screeched.
He knows this.
Like, what is that? And it turned, and it looked right at the girls, locked eyes on them. Liliana grabs her younger sister, who's 14, Valkyria, and hightails it out of there. Katya is 21. She's frozen in her tracks, locked eyes with this creature, and it's communicating.
Also
with
a
her.
little bit of
Please
a bitch.
help me. He wants help. It's weak, and it's feeble, and it's scared, and it's crouched down. Liliani realizes that Katya is back there.
Scared.
She gets out of her.
Man,
he knows
again,
all of this.
even if the
He
story
knows
is
the
true,
feelings
I
of
would
the-
not say it, and I would make up a more,
Wait.
realistic story. This is like, which alien movie did the guy just watch before stepping in? He like literally reenacting it scene by scene.
No, I just love how he knows how the alien is.
Yeah.
He was scared.
Well, listen, he went down there and he spoke to those three girls.
Yeah, well, the girl knew how. It's just the hilarity. Just it reminds me. I told you this joke. There's this joke about how, old people in Iran. They're always like, there was a meeting between the Shah and the leader of the army, and the leader of the army said, "I will kill everybody," and the Shah said, "No, you can't do that." He slapped him in the face and he said, "Never tell anybody about this." And it's like, how do you know? So he told everyone.
Man, the level of ridiculousness.
How do you know this? How do you know any of this? But go to minute 529. It is bullshitter.
They made a documentary which we haven't seen, so who are we?
Yeah, I think do you remember that 20-minute Vanguard Boys interview with Jesse Ventura? That was more of a documentary than whatever this.
I see his face, but I did. And I'm looking this guy in the eyes. I'm thinking, I could be looking at a guy that drove a fucking alien around. You have no idea, dude. You have no idea.
How did he describe it?
So fucking intense.
Joe is an
When I
idiot.
came back
Did you
from
hear
that
that?
trip, people were
Did
like,
you hear that?
"How was your trip to Brazil? What was it like, man? They got great, smoothies and coffee." And I'm just like, you guys have no idea. I think an alien spaceship crashed, and they recovered live aliens, and we made contact, and the Americans came in. That's what I'm thinking about. So I told a couple people. On the last trip I came back, I was just like, I was so rocked. I couldn't reintegrate back into the culture. It was, Joe, I was just like, fuck, I think this happened. It's the biggest story ever. So people were asking me, even my neighbor who runs he runs that Make-A-Wish Foundation. He was like, James, he goes, bro, I like you a lot and I got a lot of respect for you, but you lost me on this one. And I was like, I don't blame you, bro. I really don't. But listen to the witnesses. Just, that's all I say. Just, and I would tell people, and I realized I can't talk about it. All I can say is just listen to the witnesses. Don't take it from me.
Man, I mean,
listen to the delusionals and the witnesses. Listen to the crazy.
And unfortunately, the comment section, like according to the comments, like people ate this up and just loved it.
Of course, they,
I mean, it's so ridiculous, though. I mean,
the little piggies love their little shit.
He's such a storyteller, this guy. Seriously.
No, yeah, of course, but this guy, he's
the
not
alien was away from its family for 6 months. Missed his wife.
He was weak and feeble. He had not.
He had one photo of his baby alien kid. There, he showed it to the girl and said, "If I die, tell her I love her."
And then he said, Katya, remember this. No, and then I mean the bullshit this motherfucker is this. Let's believe that he's believing those witnesses. Okay, why are you having problem integrating? Like what? I can't understand the witness.
Because he's just so blown away. Because he's just so blown away by this story. All he can think of are these aliens. And I mean, I don't know which part it is, but where he brings up the suitcase with US dollars, I mean, I think it's too ridiculous to replay. There should be some kind of rule or law out there.
We are increasingly becoming pro-censorship, to be honest, in this.
I think sometimes it's needed.
By the way, just to debunk one bullshit he says, you went to Brazil a couple of times, you've come back. Did I ever ask you, Camille, how was Brazil? They have nice smoothies there. The coffee.
No. I don't know. Some generic people ask those kind of questions. Okay,
I did ask you about the food. I asked you about the food anyway.
No,
but that I feel like with you, that's appropriate. With you, I feel that's very appropriate.
But that's a funny one too. The smoothies and coffee. Like people would ask, like, how's the food or the meat, or like maybe the coffee. But the smoothies, nobody cares about smoothies. I've never.
I was
weird
ask,
vegans maybe,
famous?
but.
Is Brazil famous for his smoothies?
I don't think any country is famous for their smoothies.
Exactly.
However, like they have tropical fruits, so you can make interesting smoothies easily.
I see.
And they have sweet fruits, and they have a lot of them usually on like a menu. But again, a lot of people ask me about Brazil and all that again, because since I've been there, smoothie questions have yet to come up. For like an acai bowl will come up, right? People ask about like, did you try the acai, or which is like that purple fruit, and they make like a smoothie out of it. Sorry, they make like a cereal kind of thing out of it. But yeah,
have you tried it?
Yeah, it is delicious. I mean, it tastes nothing strange. I'm not explaining it well.
No,
yeah.
Is it?
But yeah, it's like just this fruit that's purple. That one is called the acai, and they make bowls like this a lot in Brazil.
Did you have cashew nuts in Brazil?
Yeah, but it didn't leave a mark on me, so I don't remember anything particular.
It's from there, so I thought it might.
And a lot of coffees from there too. It's true. But okay, Sam. I say we take that break that we had mentioned and come back to wrap up with Brendan Schaub. Alrighty, Sam. So as everybody knows, I don't know, apparently it's the 26th of July. I don't know why I know the date, but there was like a full day of hearings with UFO stuff and all this. And this clip is from then, if I'm not mistaken. And it's one of the, it's 6 days ago, one of the funnier things I assume was said during that time, because according to the guests that the Hill brings on, who kind of, I mean, anybody could have guessed that, the guy is just talking nonsense about some like random theory of some random shit. But yeah, let's listen. Should we listen to this UFO hearing bullshit? I mean, that comes out of this guy's mouth.
Again, Camille, I feel like today you're such a negative Nelly, and this honest man has put his career at risk. He's under oath, Camille. He's under oath. Are you implying he's lying?
It should be legal to be under oath, and to that extent, bullshit. Like, I mean, that I'm kind of like taking, I'm taking issue with that. And okay, you can't make bullshit to that extent. Have some dignity. Like, at least put on an act or something.
I think lying under oath should be made legal, but lying under oath while you're smiling at the people you're lying at, is smirking at them, like laughing in their face, like please play the video.
Touching on holographic theory. Let's listen.
In terms of multidimensionality, that kind of thing, the framework that I'm familiar with, for example, is something called the holographic principle. It derives itself from general relativity and quantum mechanics, and that is, if you want to imagine a 3D object such as yourself casting a shadow onto a 2D surface, that's the holographic principle. So you can be projected, quasi-projected from higher dimensional space to lower dimensional. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross, literally, as far as I understand, but there's probably guys with PhDs that we could probably argue about that.
But you have not seen any documentation that that's what's occurring.
Only a theoretical framework discussion. Yes.
If any of that went over your head, professor of science at Harvard and author
so
of...
at the end, the guy was like, okay, is this relevant or not? And he pretty much said, I talked about my friend at the bar. Does that qualify? You do what you want with this piece of information.
He was also paid by the State Department, so I believe this counts as a...
Does it not?
Internal communication.
What's the criteria again exactly? Can someone refresh my memory?
I love.
What do you guys want to know? I have a drawing. Does that interested? Not interested? If you want, tell me. I have it with me. My son drew it.
First of all, he's smirking throughout while he's answering, and I love. So there's this holographic theory, but the fact that they can actually come to our dimension, that's a scientific trope. But I believe the PhD people can talk about the details and all that. So, did you see any evidence of this, or was it just a discussion? I overheard people in the cigarette break room talk about. They weren't talking to me; they were talking to each other. But I got close to them, pretending I don't even smoke. I was just holding the smoke in my mouth and then pushing it out. And then but I heard, and they mentioned something about interdimensionality. So, any further questions? But then, I love the fact that, it's clearly he's run out of the bullshit by that time in the hearing. So he's gone into sort of multidimensional theory and all that, because I guess somehow that's related, it's like, I mean, wow, and by the way, this all was being explained, all of this was being, do you remember those hearings with the guy from the TikTok and Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook?
Yes, the Asian guy.
These are the same senators. These are the same senators who are basically asking the TikTok's guy and Mark Zuckerberg, so how do I log into my email? So I forgot the password, and then I call my granddaughter. And you say, what? And so you have this website called www.facebook.com. Sorry, I misspoke. It's HTTPS : like these are the people, and they're talking about aliens and multidimensional. I'm sure it's going great. I'm sure it's going great. Like Dianne Feinstein was in this committee. I hope I hope she was on this committee.
And the Hill then pretty much bring, I guess, the Harvard physicist to say that this is like a game that we play in some math games in some math classes.
Yeah, I have no idea what this has to do with science, but I guess I have to sell the book somehow.
Too funny.
This was top notch, truly top notch.
Honestly, what the guy was saying is something you expect to come out of no one else but Brendan Schaub's mouth. Now, that's something Brendan Schaub would go on and be like, Joe, have you heard about this? Okay. So, listen, pretty much the scientists, it's so stupid that I can't even do.
What a segue.
I know this guy too well, unfortunately.
Man, I did not know this guy well enough before the last 2 weeks, but the last 2 weeks have opened my eyes. First of all, I'm so glad.
We're talking about Brendan Schaub, and I'm sure anybody who clicked on this part of the video knows who he is. But I also want you to tell me I think I know why the reasons are that people have made videos about him. But like the latest, I think it has to do with not paying employees and things like that, right?
You can find a picture of him, the guy with the long
I'll find him here.
And the mustache.
I mean, that if someone wasn't
I had no idea Joe Rogan universe is so big and so multi-layered. There are so many characters, and like each character has his own like gang of supporter. I really think we should enter this Persian word into English. Noche. I don't know what's the equivalent in English. Like they're like the entourage guys or something.
Yeah.
Like so there's that guy Mark something. He's this guy. And he was like his hype man or something. He was Brandon Schaub's apparently hype man or something, but then they had a fallout because apparently, as these videos proved to me, Schaub, he's just such a child. He's such an arrogant child, basically. He's such a child. Like I feel bad as well because he's one of those people that as soon as you he's one of those people as soon as you say something to his face, he will back down. He's such a pussy. He was such a pussy. Like as soon as you say shut the fuck up, he'll be like, like do a puppy face and he starts crying. Anyway, he had a falling out with this guy, as he seems to have with everybody. And this guy was his hype man and he's like personal secretary of some kind. So he's basically come out with proving like he's basically all the theories that everybody had. He proven them like completely right, as like everything regarding his idiocy, his disgustingness. I'm so glad, by the way, people are also disgusted by the fact that he pees in the sink. Because if you recall, we had a friend that was very open to that type of behavior in high school and was it's very normal. It's very normal.
Really?
No, it's not normal. I don't
remember that because I was gonna say that is a strange one. Not too many people do it or talk about it or like into it or.
I mean, sorry, that was peeing in a bottle.
That can come in handy. Like that, you can imagine the situations, or of course, peeing outside. Now that's different. That's a whole experience.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, but I had a dyslexic mixed with my
so that's
memory,
the thing. The sink thing is really, like,
He's disgusting, but this guy also revealed that not only he's like all the idiocy aside, he's a disgusting piece of shit, man. He's used his comedy tours, and I'm again so glad everybody agrees that he's a stand-up, he's not a stand-up, and he's shit and all that. But he's a stand-up who I'm sure nobody has been buying his tickets. He's been canceling all around and all that to sleep with women. And he uses like his, I guess, hype man and entourage to help him get women and all that. And yeah, it's hilarious. And it turns out like one of the things it turned out that he asked, it seems like he wanted to move to Texas just to be closer to Joe, you know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the minute Joe Rogan moved to Texas, I would have placed bets on how long it would take for Brendan Schaub.
And it seems that, yeah, and it seems his wife said, fuck no. And that was that. So like he's a pathetic little shit. He's like one of those people who's like, you know, is pussy whipped in front of the lady, a cheater behind her back.
Yeah, it's well put.
Like that's his personal life. Not that any of his personal life mattered if he wasn't such a piece of shit in his professional life. And he's just such a dick to everyone. Like it wouldn't even matter to be a failure. I'm a failure in a lot of things. I don't think it matters that much. It's just being a failure and a piece of shit to other people is just really, truly bad. And there was a lot of interesting videos. But I was just, and this opened my eyes to the evil that Joe Rogan is. Don't you think?
For enabling these people?
Yeah, ruining comedy, and we discussed before, possibly Twitter. But what do you think of this guy, man? What is his deal? Is he? I mean, there was one video I saw which had clips from when he was very young, when he was starting in UFC. It does seem the whole, getting punched in the head does seem to have an effect. Like he seems to be more coherent.
No,
maybe
I mean, when he speaks, he's coherent, I think. I mean, in the sense that he articulates his words, but his vocabulary or just the level of things that he would say, I think have always been low. Actually, I mean, I think he seems like he doesn't have any ill intent, but his stupidity mixed with him, I guess, I don't know, trying to, I don't know what,
arrogance,
get girls and arrogance and all that he then ends up doing things that is capable of. I mean, again, that guy, he just owes him 16,000, even if it's not the case. I mean, I guess you don't want to give it to him, but I can't really see him holding back 16,000 if it was the case. Like, why would he risk it? I guess people are cheap, but you know what I mean? Like that guy, he doesn't owe that much money to that guy, It's not like he owes that guy 150,000.
No, man, but he's such an idiot. As one of the things that made everybody on YouTube hates it is the fact that he's gone after somebody for copyright.
Yeah, that was again that
it's gotten to a point. It's gotten to a point that it's like suing him over something that if he's successful in the sue, his own show will be taken off YouTube too. Like that's why it's exactly like he doesn't have ill intent. He's just like he's
so stupid that he's like, oh shit, no, isn't that like copyright? Like no, they can't do that, right, Joe? Joe, are you there?
Joe, daddy, Joe, daddy, don't hang up. Yeah.
And Joe's like, yeah, man, fuck them, Brendan. Yeah.
And by the way, how pathetic for Joe to use. I didn't know he's used his network because he's part of his network to push for copyright stuff. He copyrights everything that other people use from his stand-ups and all that. And for these people who are always about freedom of speech, it's really interesting.
But man,
he's just
the ultimate winner. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The ultimate winner in all of this, and I didn't think I would ever be jealous to this
George
extent,
Costanza?
is whoever owns this channel, Too Lazy to Try. I mean, the name just says it all. You don't see his face. He just every now and then puts a thing up. I guess he does the research and all this, but his videos are just, this guy is just rolling in money. He's swimming in money now.
But to be fair to him, though, he's not swimming in. How much money do you think he earns from
his production is probably zero, His production value is 0, so it's just his time. And then, of
You
course,
think
which
this
is a
is
lot, but
zero?
look at the 63, 96, 200,000 almost,
Well, he does a
200,000,
lot of editing,
190,
man.
265. Yeah, sure. But himself, 230, 500,000. This is all in just 2 months.
So exactly, he's made this many videos in 2 months. You know, editing all these
Oh yeah, for
videos
sure.
from
But I
different
mean, of
clips,
course, you have to do
the
that. You have
editing
to
is the
make the
hardest
video and all
part.
that. But no, but he's not doing any kind of special editing. Again, within his research, he's finding stuff and he's putting videos together and all this. I'm not saying it's taking all his day and all his time, probably. Nevertheless, I think he's getting a very,
no.
I think he has a very nice, simple thing, and he's.
Oh,
I
sure,
think he's
sure.
and he's
But it's
getting
not,
really
no,
good
no.
views.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not just him, man. It's a whole, like, there is like I found at least 3 different channels largely dedicated to Brandon Schaub sort of dissing videos.
Wow.
It's a whole industry. Yeah,
Wow.
And yeah.
He nearly has a
and by
1
the way,
million video, man, from 7 months ago. Unless he got fucked over and demonetized.
good for him. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It's
But I love it.
just
Too
want to
lazy
add
to
this.
try. It's brilliant. I'm about having fun.
Yeah,
Just
the name.
George Costanza. Brilliant.
Yeah, man. Yeah, truly brilliant, I suppose.
No,
I
yeah,
just
really
want to add
brilliant.
another aspect of, like, you know, the fact that you mentioned he doesn't have ill intent. He's truly, remember the story of the auntie bear that tries to help the hunter that saved the auntie bear, and there's a hunter is sleeping and there's a fly on the head of the hunter, and the auntie bear puts the stone on his head to kill the fly and, you know, kills the hunter.
I see him.
He's truly that, because with the Kalila stuff, even the guy who just left him with the Kalila, do you remember the Kalila Bobby Lee thing?
Yeah, the girl, yeah.
Yeah, basically, it seems like he was, like, with the Kalila shit, man, he was basically on the right. If he didn't go psycho and call Bobby Lee and threaten him with sort of like, oh, I'm going to destroy, you know, who know, I know the people I know powerful people like Joe Rogan. Yeah, I know people in dark places. Sam Harris.
No, again, that was, yeah. Again, he's
exactly,
just so
like he was on the right.
that he does stupid stuff.
It's just, yeah. By the way, is he like stylistically also considered? Because I know he, like, apparently he's considered attractive and all that, but stylistically, what is going on?
He really pushes it. I don't know. I guess people
it's like
I would like to
from
know
Entourage.
someone who knows fashion to tell me, okay, is this like one of the styles, or again he's so dumb that like he's missing it.
I found that he's raised in, like, he's like Venice speech and all. He shouldn't look like this or talk like this. His mother is English.
No, but he's also, yeah, but you know, he was like just a
this much of a
sports kid.
dumbass.
He was like he played American football. He was just a jock. He's that kind of person.
I feel like you have to intentionally try to be this stupid. If, like, you have like parents from 2 different countries, you're in, like, one
but
of the
he
most
probably
wealthiest...
but maybe he didn't expose to any of that. They just, like, you know, just
they
playing
just locked him in a
sports.
room with his sports with ESPN. What is going on? He's just can't be this.
But for a while, he was very successful, and he was one of the first people kind of who went from from the MMA world to the podcast. He pioneered, actually. It's a bit tough to say, but he pioneered a few subgenres of podcasts, and like,
by pioneer, do you
stand-up.
mean he went he did something and other people also did that in a completely different way? And
a little bit, yeah. No, I mean, I want to give him a little bit. I think at one point
I don't know.
His career did a few interesting things in a way. He was kind of first in a few things, but then actually, like, he lost all those audiences because other people, like the MMA stuff, they all started doing it better than him, because, like, again, his interpretations can be stupid, and he also, like, at one point he stopped watching stuff, and he just, you know, because he was trying to do stand-up and this and that, and then he would still come with very strong opinions and be like, oh no, I bet you this, bro, 100%, 1,000,000,000%. And then, the complete.
Yeah.
But he had a couple of moments though, but now he seems like he is having issues, I think. And yeah, I don't hear from him too much, actually, except in this world. The MMA world, he's been completely like, he's no longer one of the relevant analysts. So now he's just in this world.
I imagine that's partially because he had a whole feud with Dana White, which I had no idea.
That was before, though. He peaked after that because although Joe Rogan is also friends with Dana White, his feud with Dana White preceded all that, because after that he quit MMA and then he went in podcast and stand-up.
Oh, and do you know he had a thing with Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan apparently recently came out and said, he needs a handler or somebody next to him to say this is right or this is wrong.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. That's true.
And then he came, on his show. And then he came on his show and he said, I told Joe Rogan, I called him and he said, why would you say that? And he agreed with me and he apologized. And apparently since then, like basically it seems, according to the people who made the compilation videos, Joe Rogan has basically last couple of months it seems he has given the green light to the Joe Rogan universe to go after him. And everybody's like, he's starting to go, it's unbelievable. I feel a bit again bad for him because he's just so. It feels like almost picking on a mentally challenged person. I don't know if it's allowed
with stuff like a kid. Like suddenly, a year or two ago, he became really into cycling. I think you can still hear him talking about it. Like, just this like the child single-minded suddenly obsession with a sport or like an activity.
I have that too,
but he just has all of them.
Buddy. You have to hide it. You can't just.
No, but picking up new ones suddenly, and then I can just imagine he must have spent so much money on bikes and all the gears and all this suddenly, like he couldn't go biking if his bike didn't match his shirt. He's that kind of person.
Honey, why did you wash my shirt today? I needed this. It needs to be matched. Yeah, it's just but then you remember that he used his like comedy stand-up tour as a way to get. I don't know. I guess I might have done that too. I'm being too judgy. I might have done that too. Whatever.
So yeah, you see that like there's literally a billion pictures of him cycling, and all this has happened within the last 2 years. Before that, not a word about cycling ever came out of his mouth, and then you would think this guy's like, professional cyclist, this is all he does. Yeah.
His mother was a cycle. His dad was.
He even like made it like a business thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thick boy thing. He knows, by the way, thick means stupid, right? He knows that. Right?
But it also means like jacked and big and all that. I think that meaning now is more
more commonly in use.
Yeah, I would almost want to say.
You know what the word is? It's more in usage, I suppose. But okay, I thought I genuinely thought thick is mostly refers to stupid people. I didn't know.
I don't think so.
I'd never heard that. I had never heard it referred to a muscly guy, but interesting. Yeah. But to be honest, he's very fat these days. He's very bloated.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and you always would get a little bit. This one is nice.
What is nice? The bike or?
Yeah. All his bikes are nice.
Oh yeah, he's apparently he's like sort of basically a rich sort of family type. He's not making money on the businesses apparently.
No, I think he is.
Might be losing.
No, because he wasn't like. Listen, he's probably like his family was probably
he had a
middle class.
He had a drink. No, he's more than middle class.
Middle class, sure, more than. But but like when he was in the UFC and all that, he didn't have a Porsche and all this. And then once he went in the podcast and stand up, then he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
All right,
you
then.
could see that he made money. No, yeah. I mean,
that his business, his drinking business, apparently is awful though. His
yeah,
whiskey
yeah,
drinking.
I've heard some of those ventures. That I hadn't actually heard about it until.
It was
yeah,
man,
just
you
too
should
much
watch.
on Brendan
I sent
Schaub.
you. I sent you quite a lot of Brandon Schaub videos. So I'm just saying, you should have those. They are truly the Brandon Schaub thing was
I saw them
my
all.
UFC fight that I was watching basically the same sort of same as speech like it is like his history of Brandon Schaub and his weird friends. And I
No,
was
I
watching
saw
the
all of
same
them, I
speech
think.
from 6 different. Oh, did you? So
Yeah.
they went through all this. Yeah, they were.
I wasn't
they
just
had
sure
so
because
many-
the timeline, some of them are from 3 months ago, some are 6. That's why I wanted to just make sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. If anybody has any comments or questions, please leave them below. Make sure to get to them. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.